Yo. In the days of old, 5 elements were known. MCing, DJing, graffiti had grown. B-boy and knowledge, the pillars of the game. But a 6th emerged, adding to the flame. Comics and hip-hop, a fusion so tight. Visual storytelling, lyrics that ignite. From the pages to the beats, a seamless blend. The 6th element, where 2 worlds transcend.
Welcome to the 6th Element Show, where comics and hip-hop flow. Reno and Stu guiding the way, bringing you the culture every day. Welcome to the 6th Element Show, where comics and hip-hop flow. Reno and Stu.
What up, y'all? The moment of truth is here. Let's see. It's not bad. It's not bad. I've seen better, but it's not bad. Talking about my image. All right, Stu Dog, where you at, bro? What happened to you, dog? Stu Dog in the house. Bruh. All right. Great show today, everybody. What's going on? I can say, you know what I'm saying? I know, Corey. I'm so sorry, bro. Listen, live shows tend to have unexpected shit, technical difficulties, etc. And we just got to deal with it, man. Last week we had a terrible issue going on with the internet in the area. Couldn't see shit. And I wanted to showcase some shit, you know. I wanted to do some unboxings and some, you know, I wanted to show y'all some shit. Oh, by the way, don't forget, guys, if you have your OG card back stalker, remember you got to give him the plain green hat, right? Remember, like he had back in the 80s. You get that from this guy. See that little swapperoo there? Yeah. If you're like me and you want that nostalgic 80s version of all the characters, you know what I'm saying? Just those little details, little hack for you, little tidbit. Bro, what the hell's going on with Stu Dog, bro? Oh, I'm trying to get him in. I'm trying to help him get in here, y'all. My bad. He's in here for like 20 minutes, and then now he's gone. What happened, bro? Did you log back in? All right, bro, come on. All right. So Afrika Bambaataa, right? Dies at 68. Hip hop pioneer, later accused of sexual abuse, complications from prostate cancer, died at 67, 68, depending on what article you're reading. I can't get it straight. 67, 68, figure it out. I don't know. Do the math. Born Lance Taylor, Bambaataa was a prominent figure in hip hop for decades. One of the original pioneers. The question here, the issue is, now that he's gone, right? Are we going to be able to honor his legacy, or do the pedo scars just cut too deep? He's passed away, so there will be no justice for his victims. And now that there's been no justice for Bam either, right? So he hasn't been, exonerated, and his victims haven't been justified. So either way, whichever is true, no one wins. Bam has passed, and that's just it. And you got to tread lightly. It's tough because this is a man that, you know, his block parties in the Bronx in the 70s, alongside, you know, Kool Herc and others, laid the foundation for what, you know, hip hop would become. I mean, he basically coined the elements of hip hop. Maybe not invented them, but definitely like labeled it. You know what I mean? Like Zulu Nation, created off the Black Spades street gang in the Bronx. It's just the awareness group, and then later becoming the Universal Zulu Nation, when Bambaataa, you know, did his Malcolm X thing where he realized that all races are part of this thing. And, this appeals to the hip hop young people at the time involved in gangs, turning them away from violence and preaching, the power of art and unity. And the group still continues to this day. It still exists right now. Stu Dog, there you go, bro. What happened to you, dog?
No, I just got kicked for no apparent reason. It's like microwaves and non-dairy creamer. Nobody knows exactly how it works.
Except people that make microwaves and non-dairy creamer. And yeah, man. So yeah, we're talking about the death of one of hip hop's
Icons.
founders, yeah, an icon,
Icons.
and also a pedophile.
Man,
did I say the word? Did I say the secret word?
Yeah, you said. I mean, I really think that's between him and God, man. Like at this point in his life, or was his life. But I mean, keeping it a buck, he did a lot for hip hop, man. He's one of the founding members. Rock out with it like that. I don't think anybody ever got to the bottom of that. I think it was always talked about real heavy, but I don't think anybody ever really. I mean, he didn't go to jail.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing.
And he didn't. I mean, there wasn't no trial or any. I don't know if it was just something on the streets, like it was like the word on the street, or if it was official. Because I mean, when you break it down, there's a lot of other people. Like you got Epstein, you got what was the other guy? Weinstein. All of them. They were the same thing, but they never went to jail. Things
exactly.
Like that. So
and that doesn't make them any less guilty,
right? Exactly. So I don't know why we gonna make a big deal about it here, when, like my point is this, and not to get political or get off subject or anything like that. In America, nobody's been really, like, all the stuff we read, and we read the Epstein files, but nobody's been prosecuted across the pond, and across in Europe, they prosecuting people left and right for being in the Epstein files, questioning them, but nobody here has been prosecuted.
Questioning them and shit.
Yeah. Right. Nobody here. They trying to cover it up here.
And to be fair, a lot of those files are allegations.
Right.
And that's all it is. Like, it's the same thing with this. So it's like,
it's an allegation, right?
It's an allegation, but you have a grown ass man, a man from the hip hop culture, a man from the black community, a man from a world where you don't even admit things like this, even if they do happen. And yet he lays it all out in an interview with Vlad. It's not speculation. It's not word on the street. These are actual men, multiple grown men who have actually come forward and, told their story. And so, like with any victim of any sort of abuse, you don't want to ever question their legitimacy of their accusation, because what does that do? That causes people who
delegitimize it, right?
And then they don't come forward because they know that people are going to ridicule them, etc. So we gotta.
Oh, we always here to listen, Reno. We always here to listen and take it in. And like I said, I don't know. Like I can't like know. Right. We just don't know. I mean, if somebody came and said, all right, this, that, I'm gonna listen. I can, you know what I mean? Like I can say, all right, I listen, I heard. But a lot of times we ask the one question, why did you take so long to come forward? Everybody always asks. That's the first question everybody asks. Why you take so long? Why you ain't say this years ago? Like, that's the dumbest question anyone ever asked. It's the first one they ask.
Stupid. It's the first one they ask, and it's the dumbest question you could ask. Right. Why did you take so? Is this something you would run up and admit immediately? First of all, and during the time, at the time, you're traumatized. A lot of times they're confused. A lot of times it's a kid. Okay, and when you're a kid, you think you know what's up. You think you're in control. You think you're the man and all this, right? But in fact, you're just a child who's going to develop completely different ways of thinking and different experiences. EGC, what up? And so, when you have a child that, you have a child that basically, peace. You have a child that, at the time when they're a child, they might think they're down for it. They might even think it's mutual. Like we're in a relationship, right? And then they grow up And then years later, when they've grown up, they realize now as an adult, holy shit, that was a grown ass man. And when I was that age, if I was with a kid that was the age I was, that would be disgusting. So, oh shit, I was abused. Then they tell their story, and then people go, well, why didn't you come forward when it happened?
Yeah, but that's the first question, though. We know.
Well, talking now.
All talk. UGC, what up? But that's the first
yo.
thing. That's the first thing everybody asks. Like right now, and not to even get off subject, we have a situation right like that now with one of the politicians now in California, where the girl came forward and was like, "Yeah, we did this, we did that, we did this with other people, da da da," and this was years ago, and now she's coming forward. And the thing people are saying is, why would you like a couple, what was it, 20 weeks or days, whatever, before the election? Now all of a sudden, you could have said this last year or the year before. Why you wait till right before an election to come out and be like, "Oh, he raped me, he sexually assaulted me, he did this to me"? Like that's the thing people. That's the first thing people are asking.
Well,
and then the girl was
it seems convenient,
right? And the girl was saying like, "Oh well, he sent me pictures of himself. I sent pictures of myself." Da 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 da. Like you ask that, and then you try to get proof to prove whether it happened or not, and you coming up short. But then I don't know when is a good time to tell it.
Well, I mean, a good time to tell it is any time. That's the thing. That's what we gotta, relay to victims. Any time is a good time. As soon as you feel that you've realized it, then come forward. As soon as you can. As soon as you're able to. Because some people might know that they've been victimized, but mentally they're not ready or able emotionally to come forward and publicize it or deal with other people about it or talk about it. So, and then they wait. And it's like, they tell victims to come forward immediately and all that, but everyone knows that most people do not come forward immediately. And there's many, many very, very relevant reasons why, but it's also seems convenient when it's like, oh, this guy's up for election and now all of a sudden all this shit comes out. But then you do the logic and it's like, well, was that guy in the news before he was running? Did anyone think of him before he was running? Now he's running and now he's all over the news. Now the victims are going, hey, that's that guy. And then they tell their story. So it's like,
she worked for the dude.
Can't be like, why didn't you come?
Yeah, she worked for him. That's what made it even worse. She worked for him for a while. Right. And now all of a sudden, right, that's what makes it, but you can't deny it until we're in a country where you're innocent until proven guilty. Other countries, you're guilty until proven innocent.
Well, let's
say that.
Let's keep it 100. This country, it depends on how much money you got.
Yeah, that was my next one. Yeah, you're right. Raw talk, you hit the nail right on the head. You 100% right.
Money.
Yeah, you 100% right. You
hit
the nail.
I'm gonna censor myself because I have extreme views on this.
Yeah. So well,
extreme, I wouldn't mind being the executioner. Let's say that. So wait. I'm gonna chill until this subject matter pass, unless it's the whole show, because for me is
touchy, a little touchy.
It's not touchy. It's like we can talk about it, but at the same time, what are we gonna do about it? Because if I find one of those people in my neighborhood, I'm doing what I got to do.
Right. No doubt. No, I mean, there's never a question of, what I'm saying, if it's there and you got to deal with it. But what I think what the topic of the show basically is this, and I have to bring up MJ, right? When Michael Jackson was alive, he had no love. Let's be honest. As soon as he died, everyone was his biggest fan again. So my question is, and we can't deny it. We can front all day. That's what happened. I fucking witnessed it. So we can front, but my question being is like, okay, so now that Bambaataa has passed, will people begin to start to be like, oh, he's the founder of hip hop again, and give him those creds that they gave him before all that happened? Because this is the guy that literally like coined the elements, one of the initiators of the culture, break beats, all of that, like throwing parties. He was one of the OGs, him and Herc, he's right up there. So you have to say, okay, boom, would hip hop be what it is without this guy, and then all that shit, and then like, but then it's like, so he dies. Now his victims don't get justice, and because he was never exonerated, he can never be fully honored.
Well, there were court documents, I believe. If I'm wrong, correct me. That he did pay out to one of the victims.
We can't. I don't know about that. Yeah, you have. Can you pull that up, like in writing somewhere?
That's what I'm saying. Don't
Google it or something.
I have to Google it.
Yeah.
But someone was stating that there was a payout.
I mean,
payout. That's an admittance of guilt.
If that happened,
You're not fighting tooth and nail.
It's not necessarily admittance of guilt. It's like, okay, I just want this to go away.
But
I can't win. It's your word against mine. Let's just fucking make it go away in the public eye.
Well, Michael Jackson fought every tooth and nail. He didn't pay out shit. And they accused
He did pay. Yeah, he did.
What did he pay?
A lot of them kids got money.
Who?
Kids got paid.
Who?
Go look it up.
Who?
Some of them kids got money, bro. Look it up. Look it up. Some of them kids got money. Look it up. Google it.
May have gotten sued, but he ain't paid nothing. Mike ain't paid nothing.
Google it, bro.
Okay.
Right now. Google. Look it up. Them kids got payouts. Them kids got payoffs. But that doesn't mean that he did it. It just means that he wanted it to go away.
Oh, Michael's from Gary, Indiana. There ain't no such thing as that shit. You gotta look at his father too. He ain't playing that shit.
You saying there's no gay people from Gary, Indiana, or no?
No,
people from Gary, Indiana, or no?
If you're being accused, he fights it tooth and nail. All I've seen is fight, no payout.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's see.
According to my computer, Michael Jackson settled out of court.
25 million.
A few different high-profile cases, but he never admitted guilt to any of them. But he did pay. I think the last one was in 2006. I think.
He paid that. He paid
he paid a couple in the 90s.
I'm gonna throw it up on the screen. Ain't no.
A couple in the 90s, and the rest was in 2006.
All right. 93. It said Michael Jackson's state has been involved in various legal settlements related to allegations of sexual abuse. The state paid approximately $25 million to settle a civil suit by a boy who accused him of molesting him in 1993. Settlement was part of a larger package that included payments to the accuser's parents and legal fees. The estate's payments to the victims have been subject to controversy, with some allegations claiming that the payments were to silence claims. The state maintains that the payments were made to settle claims for damages and not for admission of guilt. Michael Jackson paid millions to sex abuse victims. Lawyers alleging Michael paid $200 million in hush money to keep as many as 20 victims quiet. Now, a lot of money came out, but no admission of guilt. But again, I guess my point is like,
so you both are right. You both are right because
I'm not saying that anyone's wrong. Like he paid out, he paid out the money, but it wasn't an admission of guilt.
Right, it wasn't a mission to go. It was just to like, look, y'all go away, take some money because that's what y'all want anyway, and go and get out my face. And Mike had the money to do that. Mike had get out my face money. Like that's just what Mike had. Yeah, Mike had get out my face money. Yeah, so that's just what it was. Me personally, I believe Mike was innocent. I really do. That's just me. Some people might feel different, but that's how I feel. I feel Mike was innocent, and I feel they tried to take advantage of it.
Yeah, I feel it's way more likely that Mike was innocent because there's a lot of precedent, and he's a grown ass kid, and he hangs out with his peers, and they happen to be kids because in his mind he's a kid. Like I get that. Like that's whatever. Like it's weird, but you have a fucking big ass amusement park in your yard, so clearly there's something to it. So it's like, yeah, we can buy that, and it's fucking Michael, and it's like fuck. You don't want to believe it. So with Bam, I don't know. EGC, we haven't heard nothing from you, bro. Speak on it. What you?
Yeah, I'm just taking it in. I gotta be real careful with this subject.
I know you do.
Because shout out to my crew, the Beyonders. We all made an agreement to like keep our perspectives about Bam private amongst ourselves. So we won't disrespect the alleged victims,
okay,
or disrespect the fam. you know, or disrespect hip hop. So we gotta
and you gotta respect that. And you gotta respect that. That's you're right. That's how it's gotta be. That's how it's gotta be. Like I said in the beginning, that's between him and God. And even before he passed, that was between him and God at whatever point in his life that he was at. That's between him and God. Like right now, like same thing with me and R. Kelly. People, R. Kelly. I like his music. I don't give a damn what R. Kelly did. I like his music. I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna bump it. I don't give a damn. R. Kelly got to settle that with God.
I can never listen to Honey Love the same way ever again.
There was one album. The album.
I can't.
The R. Kelly only album I could fuck with of his was the R. Kelly album, the one with like Religious Love and Step in My Room, and that was the one album I could do. Any other albums like, and especially the ones after that, I just
you like the R. You like the R? The R.
It's like he's just talking on records, bro. It's like you can't sing everything, bro.
That joint, 50 Cent do it.
But I will say this.
Yo, but check it out though, man.
I will say this though.
Hold on, let AGC. I wanted to hear from AGC real quick.
I will say this. I'm online. The people online are going crazy.
Yeah, they
disrespecting.
They are.
You know, this dude's death, and at the same time disrespecting the victims. I've never seen that before. You're talking trash about both the victims, the alleged victims, and the alleged accused.
Yeah,
and I gotta say alleged because once again, as I said before, I wasn't there. That's something that Bronx River got to work with. You know, respect that. We weren't there. I don't know. I have to say alleged, and it's very touchy for me. You know, because I think I heard Ross say something that I feel the same way about. Like, you mess with children. You know, but peace, unity, love, and fun are the principles I represent.
Peace, love, unity, and having fun. That's the Zulu.
Those are the principles I represent. Hip hop is going to live on. And that's one of the reasons why I wrote that last article, because where's hip hop going in the next 50 years? So now it's Bam 2 days ago. It's going to be a Kirk one day. It's going to be Flash one day. It's going to be Grand Wizard Theodore one day. How are we going to make the legacy continue of what hip hop is really about? You know, and as I say for the allegations, I will say this: may the divine do what is necessary to be done to Bam. You know, like I said, I pray for truth, and based off of that truth that comes out, I pray for justice based off of that truth. So that's
so let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
If you stand, say you stand by that phrase, right? Peace, love, unity, and having fun. And that's and you represent that, but that's coined by Bam. So let's say you found out he fuck with kids. You still represent that phrase? He coined principles,
principles over people. Peace is peace. Unity is unity. Love is love. Fun is fun.
Well, I not to cut you off, I would like to add this. This perspective. Okay, when these guys are coining these phrases and also singing these songs, as in R. Kelly and so forth, and they're doing this stuff around the same time.
Right.
Now, does that having fun have a different connotation because he was having these things going on? Was that part of his internal definition of fun, and he decided to say, well, let me just drop this out here, but they don't know the fun that I like. They're going off for the fun that maybe they like, but this is I like. You know what I'm saying? We don't know these inner workings of the mind when things are presented in song or in quotes. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people can be mischievous, and a lot of times, like they say with most of these devils and stuff out here, they have to give you the truth within their lie in order for so you can't say I didn't know. No, I told you, but you said it in a subliminal manner, which can be interpreted in various ways. See, that's how they get you with the fork tongue, is what I call it, their fork tongue. They can get you that way. You can agree to something that you really didn't agree to because you interpreted a certain way. And
you're saying the magic spell words, but you don't know that you're saying the magic spell words.
That's how it is in court. Things are interpreted differently when you're speaking in certain terms. That's
Legalese.
Yeah,
so
legalese, understand the terminology. Black's law dictionary breaks down those terminology.
Well, you got it. Not to cut you up, but you got to remember the law. Like, I mean, well, it's my job. I got to study the law, so I know. So, like, the law reads one way. That's it. It's people interpret it differently, but when you read it, it's only written to be interpreted one way. And so,
but then you have judges that choose to interpret it their own ways.
Exactly.
That's true, and that's why we have lawyers to challenge that. So, but
hopefully you can afford one.
It only right, and like Raw Talk said it earlier. If you got money, like well, me and Raw Talk live in New Jersey. I'm gonna keep it a buck about New Jersey. If you got money in New Jersey, let's just say you get a DUI, you get caught, you speeding, swerving, you might even sideswipe a whole row of cars, and the police catch you. If you go in that courtroom and you got some money, oh, that's gonna go away. You ain't even gonna do no jail time. You can be a habitual offender, and they're gonna be like, "Well, he paid, so what's up?"
That's what happened to me in my youth. I had some.
I'll say this:
happened, had some money, and boom, got out of it.
As it pertains to peace, unity, love, and fun, I'll say this: when I wake up Saturday morning with my children to watch some cartoons or some anime, that's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, when I'm in a rhyme cipher, spitting those bars, bringing that heat, that's fun.
Yeah.
When I'm on the sixth element of hip hop collectibles, talking comic books, that's fun. And if someone's idea of fun is messing with children,
let me know for you.
That's not fun.
Exactly.
No. That's some other stuff. They can deceive all they want, but that's not what this cipher is doing over here.
Right. Facts.
Agree. Okay, so if he wants to, if he does that, he's going to have to suffer for that. Again, allegedly, based off of the allegations, if someone is having fun doing wicked things like that, they got to suffer for that.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's true. So
that's true.
I'm just saying, just like, because a lot of times, even with the victims, they can be drawn in a certain way through certain words and different actions that seem like, okay, is this right or wrong? Well, this person of a certain stature, it's right to him, so it must be right. You see what I'm saying? It's like an influence where it can twist the mind of that young child being afraid and not understanding what's taking place. You know what I mean? It's really wicked how these guys, or allegedly they're preying on the ignorance, as in not knowing of people younger and even older people. You know what I'm saying? People who are enamored by their celebrity or what they can do. Look, you hear about the auditions on the couch for actors and actresses. And so you hear all about that stuff. Like, okay, this person can get me where I need to go, but unfortunately, I may have to do some things to, make this person happy enough to give me that word to go forward. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of wickedness with that. And, and I believe, like, not for nothing. Yeah, these people need to be held accountable, but there needs to be a deep dive into the wickedness of that, because you really have to be a sinister person to want to do that. Not alone to a child, but to anyone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. No question. I mean, there's no question to me that, and that's why I'm saying it's like no justice for the victims and no honor for his legacy, because they're not proven, they're not getting their justice, but also he's not exonerated. And for me, it's like if they had gotten their justice and he had been convicted and it was found to be true, I would denounce everything that he's done and him completely, because I can't beat his ass. That's the only thing I can do. So I want to hurt people that do that to little kids. I want to hurt them physically, personally. I want to hurt them, and I can't. That's civilized society. We can't hurt people. You know what I'm saying? So what can we do?
So we
cut them off.
So we pretty much got four different perspectives on the thing.
Yeah, we have 4 different perspectives, but I think in the end, I think we all see it in the same way, in that if we knew, we'd have we all kind of have the same opinion, but we all admit that we don't know, and we can't really decide. We can't really make a conviction. Yeah, at the end of the day.
Fortunate when there are pending allegations and pending things going on.
Yeah.
In the so-called perpetrator, or the accused is no longer with us to even draw out that, to come to a conclusion.
Right.
Now with the proving of the Michael Jackson thing, now I'm rethinking a whole lot of things now, because from what I've known and what I've grown up living through, I always saw him fight back. I didn't see anything behind the scenes, because I guess that was what it was meant for, being behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
Right.
I only saw the fight. So now I see this, I'm going to delve more into it, because I'm like, from what a lot of these, like Macaulay Culkin and all these famous people who were kids around him, they had nothing but high regard for him. Like he did nothing.
Yeah.
Macaulay says no way. He's like, no way.
And Corey said the same thing.
Corey said no way.
Yeah, he said, nah. Corey even had an interview. He was like, that's a lie. He was like, he broke it down. But he also admitted in that interview that there are people in Hollywood that
he called him out. He
called him out.
He said it was shame.
Yeah, he broke that down. Yeah.
Well, okay, so Bam's not here, but we can give him his word. So this is what Bam says about it. He says, I, Afrika Bambaataa, want to take this opportunity at the advice of my legal counsel to personally deny any and all allegations of any type of sexual molestation of anyone. These allegations are baseless and are a cowardly attempt to tarnish my reputation and legacy in hip-hop at this time. This negligent attack on my character will not stop me from continuing my battle and standing up against the violence in our communities, the violence in the nation, and the violence worldwide. And then this was followed by a statement from Universal Zulu Nation, which called the accusers mentally challenged. Then, after allegations from multiple other men surfaced, Bambaataa was removed as head of the organization. And then in June 2016, they issued an apology to the hip-hop icon's alleged victims, saying, we extend our deepest and most sincere apologies to the many people who have been hurt by the actions of Afrika Bambaataa and the subsequent poor response of our organization to allegations leveled against him, Zulu Nation said in a statement. So, they must know. And then there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot. You can go online, and I archived a ton of it. There's a lot of, people out there that are saying like Melly Mel. He's like, motherfuckers knew. Everyone knew at the time.
Yeah, and that's what throws me off. Like,
right, like if you knew,
why didn't you do something about it?
Word, that's wild.
That's my whole thing, and I think that's mostly the music industry, not just music, not just it's just the total music industry reaching for even in Hollywood, people are staying in their places because they don't want to lose what they have.
Yeah, exactly. And people, even in Hollywood, with these current, from the Weinstein to the Kevin Spaceys to the no matter what, even the Epstein with politicians, everyone's keeping their mouth shut.
Yeah, because they don't want to lose what they gained.
That's their bread and butter. Yeah,
and because if it was truly exposed and everybody was out in front, they would lose everything because it was all gained under the guise of evil, period. Yeah. It would all crumble instantly. So they have to keep up a persona. They have to keep up this type of look. Or yeah, I got to keep this up, even though I'm going through hell, because a lot of those people are also too going through hell because they sold their souls. Their souls are no longer theirs; they're compromised. So therefore, they have to keep it going, because if not, after that, no one would care for them. No one would even look their way. No one acknowledge them. They will be below with what before they started being famous. They'll be well below that, because at least before you got into this famous Hollywood or rap or music stuff,
nobody hated you.
Nobody hated. At least you had your soul and integrity. Now that you lost your integrity and your soul, you're compromised. You're no longer human. You're something else now.
Yeah.
You understand? You're something else.
Stu, you got something?
Being that and there's a lot of those guys who've been victimized are now victimizers, and it's a whole cycle over and over and over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's sad. But but I would say Bambaataa is not the only one, nor the last one. You know what I'm saying? True, despite whatever, there are others, tons of them.
Yeah.
So, and it's a network of people saving themselves. Even some of the victims are saving themselves. Like, I can't let this get out, man, that I went through this and I did that because it'll tarnish my image. And I want to speak on it, but I really can't because I'll lose my family or look at me crazy. All that stuff will happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man, let me keep it a buck. This is what annoyed me about this whole August 11th, 1973 birthday thing.
Yeah.
Back in 2019.
Yes.
When they said this is officially hip hop's birthday, I said, since when? I know it was definitely a date to be recognized, but it was always November 12th, 1974 in Bronx River at the Zulu Nation headquarters. But everyone tried to gaslight.
I mean, I always knew growing up that it was Cool Herc at 1520 Cedric.
It was cool. Well, his party was a very memorable, legendary party.
Yeah,
but it was a party.
Well, even Bambaataa recognizes and says that Cool Herc started hip hop and that
because Kirk beat him in a battle. Herc and Bam had a battle, and because Herc won, Bam said Herc is the official godfather of hip hop because of the battle. But
well, not the battle by itself.
Was always because Herc won the battle.
But I'm saying, but
the birthday itself was always on November 12th, 1974 in Bronx River. Up until 2016, when the allegations came, then everyone just started.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Because I don't know what you're talking about that. Because 2016, bro, I knew this in the early 90s. That you know what I'm saying? This is not nothing new.
No, they switched up in 2016 when they
switched up to August 11th.
Separate themselves. They separate themselves from anything
from Bronx River.
Yeah.
But you're saying that in 2016 they said that the birth of hip hop was Zulu Nation.
No,
or was 1520.
The birth of hip hop was always celebrated on November 12th up until 2016.
What I'm saying is that I don't know that to be true. Up until 2016, I always knew, and everyone around me in my community always knew that it was Cool Herc, which was before that in 73. Do you remember any celebrations on August 11th?
Well, let me see.
Birthday hip hop.
Let me see something, man. Let me see.
Computer 2019.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, bro. Cool Herc was all, bro. I did school reports about this shit in school, like
the legendary block party in the Bronx, bringing together the elements that would define the genre.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I think
that's we get off the web. That's what the web says.
Because I think that it depends on where you probably were and what region. I'm sure that different people in different neighborhoods had different, beliefs on when it was. I know there was definitely a debate. There's always been a
debate. If you take somebody like me, I'm old enough to where I was there, like it depends on what you're talking about. If you talking about like, because to me, it's two.
How old were you in 73?
To me, I'm getting to it. To me, it's two different things when it comes to hip hop. So you got the hip hop scene, and then you got the music. So like in 73, you had the scene where people was b-boying and all that. But let's keep it a buck. It really didn't go mainstream and get to where it is now until like the 80s when Run DMC hit. That's when it got big. Like when we like you got to go back to AJ Scratch and all of that. Yeah, they started it, but it didn't get big like it was until the music started just like hitting the mainstream like it did, even if it wasn't getting airplay or out there. Like, but once we started listening to the music and buying it and going to the record stores and all that, like we talking about like early 80s to me is when it really kicked off. Like in the 70s, you might have had the culture, but in the 80s is when it kicked off.
81. Really?
Like 80. Yeah, like that's when it really kicked off.
Yeah, because now
we started getting popular. Definitely 81.
Sylvia Moan and them started commoditizing it and bringing it to the forefront. I mean,
that was late 70s.
So you got to think, because like my older cousins and them,
Dex, what up?
Like my older cousins and them, I'm keeping it a buck. They loved all that. They loved Kool Herc. They loved Bambaataa. Like that was their idols. They loved like I got like eras of hip hop. So like when you had like Shannon and Juice Crew and them and all the way back, that was an era. And then you had Kumo, then that was an era. Like when that all that, but then you had KRS-One up until like when Wu-Tang and Nas and them came up. That's another era. Like that's a whole era right there. Yeah, like
what I'm saying is, okay, Zulu Nation, which started off as Bronx River Organization, was put together in 1973 on November 12th.
Okay.
The next year, in 1974, that's when they established this thing that we now call hip hop. That's when all the elements came together.
Right. Okay,
and this
that's
is
when they like wrote it down and made it official.
This is where that whole argument on blacks and Latinos and hip hop was confused.
EGC, hold on, EG. But that was it. But see, this is what I'm talking about. That was in New York. The rest of us,
that was
like
Bronx
Jersey,
River.
Philly, like the rest of us from Jersey, Philly.
I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that.
We didn't know about none of that.
Well, I'm gonna get to that because every year since then, Bronx River had a hip hop birthday party on November 12th. Every year, not on August 11th. August 11th was like, this is when Herc did his famous back to school jam or whatever, or his sister's birthday party, Cindy Campbell. Okay, but everyone was going to Bronx River to party on the birthday of hip hop.
Yeah.
How do I know that? Because the Zulu Nation chapter here in Boston.
All that proves is that the people that decided to officiate it on that date decided to also throw a party in its honor on the date they officiated it. It just proves that the people that did that are celebrating it as that. It doesn't prove that everyone else recognizes it as that. But what it does prove, and I'm not taking nothing from it, believe me, and that's dope knowledge. But because what it does do is that is when shit is coined. That's when the term hip hop and all that shit. That's when it's written down. That's when motherfuckers have declared the elements and all that. That's technically, you could say, that is the day when it became what it is. But you can also say that party in the beginning was the first time motherfuckers were doing the shit that they coined on that day.
Okay, you know what? I'll take that, but here's my problem. Here's ultimately the problem. Don't gaslight me into trying to believe that it was always on August 11th when it was not. All because of the allegations.
Right.
Where are all these iconic Zulu members now? After Bam got accused of this, what happened to Q-Tip? What happened to Lil Wayne? What happened to Big Boy? The only person that was repping Zulu after that was Ninth Wonder. And I think he stopped because he felt he was the only one, based on what I saw.
Right. I get what you're saying.
And I think Q-Tip was taking the reins.
Yeah, I mean, everybody
everyone tried to act like this was not happening.
Yeah,
when them allegations come out,
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, EG. I get what
when the
you're saying.
allegations come out.
I get what you're saying, bro. I get what you're saying.
I would have just said this. Me personally, I would have been like, listen, because of this, we're moving the birthday to August 11th. Just be honest.
Yeah.
Even though we've been celebrating it all these years on November 12th, yo, man.
Right.
We're going to 15. We're going to 1520 this year.
Acknowledge we're changing it because of this. Don't just act like, this is what it's always been.
That's my issue.
Yeah,
okay.
I get what you're saying.
But to a lot of people, it was always that.
I get what you're saying, and I agree.
I always knew it to be that.
I get what you're saying because we let the allegations break up the culture, and we shouldn't have. And so we should have. I get that. I get where you're coming from with that, and I agree with that. Like I don't like when people try to say, "Oh, who better, 50 Cent or the Genius?" I don't give a damn who better because all that do is break up the culture, man. Like we like, you know what I'm saying? Like
it's fun to do that, bro. You can't say that.
They both contribute. They both contribute something to hip hop.
That's what battling is all about. It's the competition.
Well, listen. But they both contribute something to hip hop. They both contribute something to hip hop, right? But here's the thing: you can't take away from what. If you want to see who the best, that's one thing. But you can't take away what one person did for hip hop to another because they kept it alive. If
saying that one guy is a better rapper doesn't take away from what the other guy did, though.
I never said it did. I'm just saying it breaks up the culture because people focus on that. They don't say, well, this Joker put out 6 albums and they was dope, and this Joker did this and that was dope. They just want the comparison to validate whatever it is in their mind that they think is logical. There's no logic to it. Like you could go from group. I don't care if it's a group or MC individually. They all got something to contribute, and the history of it is the songs that's in their catalog. Like that's it. Like I wish we got more music from Biggie, and I just heard somebody say that the other day when they was comparing it, and the Joker was like, "Yo," it was on Drink Champs, and he was like, "Yo, we didn't get enough from Biggie. We only got 2 albums, 3 actually, because he did a double album," and that's true. That's 100% true. We didn't get enough. What we got was dope. And it did contribute and push the culture forward. But that's what we want. We want to push the culture forward, not tear it apart. And I get EGC what he's saying. Like, yeah, he did whatever the allegations are, they are. Whatever you got to say, you got to say. Whatever happened in court or didn't happen in court, that's cool too. But like he said, now everybody jumping ship. They weren't supposed to jump ship. They were supposed to just be like, look, we ain't speaking about that. You can speak to him about that. But we're here to do this. We're here for peace, unity, yada, yada, yada. Push the culture forward. Push the Zulu Nation forward. Separate yourself. Right. Separate yourself from it. Boom. That's him. Go talk to that man. But this is what we do.
Right. But if there was a memo that came out that said, we're going to continue our celebrations on August 11th as opposed to November 12th, then I would have been like, all right, I understand that. But no, Cash just started acting like it was always August 11th where the party was happening, and it wasn't.
I hear you though, but you say Cass just started acting like that, but I'm telling you, bro, and I've been around hip hop since the early '80s, and I've always known that to be the case. I didn't know about this other Zulu Nation date. So my point just being, not that I'm invalidating that being what you know, but the fact that in where I'm from, we knew different, means that there must be other places who knew different. So they're not just acting like it now. They probably just always thought that. And
or
they didn't know about the Zulu.
Or didn't know at all. There's some places that don't know at all. And like they just didn't know.
Well, me.
And then some people are maybe just fucking.
Well, you gotta remember, I didn't just get into this yesterday. I grew up with this like my whole life.
EGC, we give you your props because I'm quite sure there's some stuff you could tell me I ain't even know. I give you props for that.
EGC is a student.
I give you props for that, but
with EGC, as far as the sentiment, it should stay November 12th. Period. That August 11th shit is a sham. Because one,
but that's your opinion.
No.
But like I'm saying,
no, we basing it off the true facts of what it is. How people are.
It's still your interpretation. Because you can say, I believe it's the date when the shit was written down, and some you can say, I believe it's the date when they started doing it.
Well, so Columbus Day happens to always be on the same motherfucking day.
That's my point.
I can celebrate.
That's well right. And you got that. And he right. It does be able to say he right. He right.
So I can celebrate it on another day or everywhere else, but it's on that same motherfucking day.
Yeah, they say Jesus' birthday was the 25th of December, but it wasn't.
Okay, but still, if it's the 12th, it should remain the 12th. If you want to celebrate a party in honor of,
well, that's your opinion. That's but EGC is saying it could be the 11th, but just acknowledge why you changing it.
It can't be on the 11th. You can say it's on the 11th for the honor of Kool Herc's party. That's it. That's it.
But some people might say that's when they feel.
That's
some people might
hip hop. That's the birthday celebrate Kool Herc spinning the fucking wax. That's
it. Okay. Then the date you're talking about is the date celebrating when they wrote some shit down.
Hey,
my opinion is that it started on the date when they started doing it.
Declaration of Independence.
But that's because I grew up always knowing that, and you grew up always knowing this. So it's cool that
but see,
my point was just that I was telling AGC that some people might not be just acting like it now. They might have always thought that, because everyone I know always thought that.
But see, EGC is not talking about everybody else. He's talking about the organization which he resides in, which is
that's what he just said.
He said the Zulu Nation specifically. Why would they jump in ship?
Right.
For that
the whole hip hop. I'm not Zulu. I mean, I'm talking about the whole hip hop nation. They all kind of just
all of hip hop.
But
this is the document right here.
But they're following the Zulu Nation's change. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
No, but he's saying that the people that are saying it was the Kool Herc date, he's saying that they're just acting like that now because of the allegations. And I'm saying that they probably aren't doing that. They probably always thought that, because I know I did, and so did a lot of
people were at those parties.
Well, those particular people you talking about, but again, if you're talking about just the culture period, but the people at parties, then yeah, that's different.
Well, I'm talking about mostly the icons, like they're saying, yeah, it's always been August 11th. Like, nah, come on.
Nah.
I heard them saying that in the 90s, bro. I heard them say that shit in the 90s, bro, when I did my school report on the shit. I did mad research, and that's all I ever found was that date. I never found.
And I remember being invited to the parties in the 90s on November 12th, 1974.
And just like Columbus Day, it was a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, that may be. But I'm just saying it's not because of the allegations necessarily. It could be in a lot of cases, yes.
Yeah, I understand that. Okay, a lot
I'm saying necessarily it's not.
Because of the party Kool Herc promoted and spun at and did his thing, chopping up the disco beats and making the breaks pop off and all that. I understand that. But if it's signed that this date established the beginning of hip hop, that should be the date that's celebrated. Now, him spinning records and having a party, that's a different celebration altogether.
Well, I don't want to like harp on this part of the topic too long. But yeah, that's your point. I hear your point. Duly noted. And
I celebrate my birthday a month later. You know what I'm saying? I was established on this date.
Right.
Well, the fact that
me and my crew, we go at it about this all the time. By the way, you know, one of my brothers, who takes Reno's position actually, and we build on it all the time. We go back.
I'm talking about is earlier
and all that.
Yeah, but the date I'm talking about is the earlier date. So we're saying hip hop is a year older than y'all are saying. Y'all saying it's a year younger than we saying, but you know, and
well, that's why
valid
we
reasons,
do the 3 phases.
Yeah,
that's why we do that, because it did start with one person. It was multiple people, and there was multiple versions of it. Because now we're finding out that hip hop, the word hip hop, didn't come till 1977.
That's true. That's a fact.
But then I'm hearing that it was around in 73, 74.
I don't know. I never. I heard that it was. I've heard a lot of guys from that era say it wasn't. No one called it that at first.
No one called it, but the word, the phrase was just like a slang for like marching or something.
No, it was.
Well, I mean, you had the hip hop, the hopscotch, the hip hop, the what do you call it? The sock hops and shit, the 50s and all that.
In the 50s, it was.
Yeah, the 50s, the sock hops and shit.
No, I'm not talking about that. But.
I mean, that's where the words come from. Hip comes from being hip, and hop comes from moving, dancing.
Yeah,
it's the hip hop. And then they took that. That's what it comes from. But that's not what the culture. That's not what hip hop took. You know, that's not what it is now. But those words are just words taken from old words, and then they made the new phrase with it.
Hip hop.
It's not just a made up word. Like hip hop ain't just no made up shit. Those words mean something.
Yeah, I mean,
they come from somewhere.
Just like the first rappers were choir dudes in Durham, North Carolina. The first
even before them.
Yeah, you can go way back, bro. You can go so far back.
So, I mean, and like what Nas said, ain't nothing new under the sun. It's just how it's done, man.
Right.
And
yes.
It's like we're all living in cycles, regardless.
Yeah.
Regardless, you know what I'm saying? Even if I come out with something thinking it's something new, oh yo, look what I found out. Nah, somebody already be, and then all of a sudden you get back to reality. I am not that special anymore. I'm just like everybody else, as it should be. We all a community, so it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
It should be received a certain way, man.
Right.
Well, bam. It's no justice can be had for the victims. No exoneration can be had for Bam at this time. But there's some solace in knowing that his legacy is. What it is, or if you're the victim, that it's been so tarnished by the crimes. And the thing is that if you look at his obituaries now, most of it is the allegations. Very little of it is about his contributions to the culture or any of that. That's like a side note almost, and it's sad because obviously
I think it's because people want clarity. I think it's because people want clarity, but we never got it. I think that's human nature.
That's sensational. It sells papers. It sells articles. Oh,
yeah, it does. It does, and that's just. But I'm gonna say, rest in beats. And I'm gonna be like, rest in beats. Afrika Bambaataa, right here on the show right now. Rest in beats, and you made me dance and love hip hop. And love hip hop. You know what I mean? Yeah, you made me dance. You made me love. Yeah, you made me love hip hop, man. That's what I'm all about, man. I'm glad that I'm a student of hip hop. I love hip hop. I own music by Afrika Bambaataa and all that. I mean, come on, man.
Bro, my earliest like hip hop memory is Planet Rock in the fucking rec, like in the rec center.
Dance to it, man. I used to dance. I was a b-boy in there on the cardboard in front of my building doing shit. Bro, that shit. So one of the homies came with cardboard with linoleum on the top of the pillar, bro.
Cardboard on the
first, but then my man. He was like, yo, I got the secret recipe for faster spins on the backspin. Linoleum floors, B. He took the sticky linoleum and put it on top of the cardboard, folded up. We outside wilding, man. Had this one of my mans, me and him had the same tag names. His older brother, Italian cats, because in Staten Island, we were a mixed community in the project. You had everybody. One man had the illest boom box in the whole hood. He pumping Curtis Blow, all that. Yo, it was lovely back in them days, bro.
What?
I was a little. I was just like a fly on the wall, bro. I was a little kid because at our apartments had a rec center and shit, and that's where hip hop took place, at that rec center. Like when I would want to go to that rec center, that's where hip hop was at. Like
my first kung fu movies was that,
and I was
in my neighborhood. The first kung fu flicks I ever seen.
But on a brighter note, EGC, man, have you ever met Bambaataa?
I was like 6 years old. I remember going out.
I have a story. I almost did. Me and a brother of mine, we were on our way because we had an event we were doing, and one of the Zulu members here in Boston, MC Spice. Shout out to MC Spice if he's watching. A Boston pioneer. He had him walking around Dudley, which is now Nubian Square in Roxbury. And I was like, yo, oh yeah, rest in hip hop to Blondie of Sequence. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Sequence, yeah, Blondie.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That's
So we were on the way to the event, and I was like, yo, they go Bambaataa. This was like, I want to say 2011. And my man was like, yo, let's go say what's up to him. I was like, nah, man, we gotta go, man. We're late, man. I mean, Bam already did his work. We gotta go do ours, man. Because I'm not really the celebrity type. I don't get starstruck. I don't really care like that. They're people like me. But I remember saying, man, one day it has to happen. It never happened, but kind of. I'm not sure how I'd feel if it did after hearing these allegations.
Yeah.
So, I almost had a chance, but, it never happened. He was right there, but it never happened. So no, I mean, but I know people who are close to him, and that's another reason why I'm keeping a lot of the things to myself. So because it's too close to home, if you know what I mean.
Nah, we get it. Yeah, we get it. We get it.
Yeah,
but speaking of allegations too, Reno made an allegation a few weeks ago that Target was selling these, and booyah! I know you
got me one, right?
Got one.
I know you got me one, right?
I'm going to tell you a story. Check this out.
He got a story, watch.
No, I got to tell you a story.
No, hold on. Don't
so
change
remember how we were
changing the whole topic of the show, man.
I'm not changing. Remember how we were trying to get them? Guess how I got it? Go on Target.com and you can order it straight to your house.
Yeah. They're in stock,
Yeah. I didn't think it was real. I was like, yeah, all right, let me see this. Hit the button. It's like it'll be there tomorrow. I was like, really? Just came just now.
Nice.
I was like, yeah. I was like, so it really isn't a hoax. So I'm like, man, Target is really selling them.
You know what? When we talking about a lot of the Bambaataa and a lot of the old school cats, we always, the true pioneers of all this even come before what we know as the pioneers of hip hop. I want to shout out Sun Ra. Sun Ra.
Sun Ra. Damn. Right, you took it all the way back. Damn.
Yeah, he took it back there.
He took it all the way back.
Was the influence for George Clinton, Bootsy Collins, everybody.
P-Funk.
Yes.
But I say it all the time. You got to be inspired by something.
Space is the place, baby. Space is the place.
Man, you got to be inspired by something. I say it all the time. You got to be inspired. There's nobody that could do anything without being inspired by something or somebody.
I love that.
Yeah, Bambaataa was inspired by Sun Ra, also Kraftwerk, a European electronica group, which he sampled for Planet Rock.
We are the robots. We are the robots.
Yeah. And you gotta,
And in '85, he created the landmark album Sun City as part of the Artists Against Apartheid. And the Zulu Nation, which he created obviously to unify the gangs, and which he took the name from the South African organization.
Well, there's more to that story too, but I don't want
a whole lot more. I'm giving you the cliff notes.
Paraphrase.
Cliff notes.
I got you.
Yeah. Back in those days, with us being youngins, there's a lot of story that the older heads know and been through that really was passed down.
Shout out to the last poets.
Shout out to the last poets as well. It wasn't really passed down, like that. It's a shame, man, because there's a lot of history that really needs to be told without speculation. It needs to be out there,
Yeah, that's true.
That's
true.
The most saddest part of it. Even though we were young, we listened to the music. That industry was still bubbling. It was something, it's just like there's a lot of untold stories, man. A lot of
I just heard one not too long ago when I was doing my little run, because I was going through my Run DMC kick. I had to go back and listen to all the albums, and appreciate it. And I was watching the interview, because the internet's always listening. It came on my Google feed, and it was Run, and he was talking about how back in the day, how like Bambaataa and them, they had they would I didn't even know. Well, I knew about it, but I never heard nobody really kind of admit it. But Run said they used to have whole meetings. Like he said, they used to have like whole meetings, and he said they had a meeting one time, and he said Bambaataa and them thought that they were being like they were like more like when DMC came out, they were all black. They had the gold chains, the sneakers with no laces in them, and all that. That was their look. And Bambaataa and them, yeah, right. And Bambaataa and them thought that they should be dressing like they dress with the elaborate costumes and all that. And Run said that they would get into it about that, and they'd be like, Run said he's like, we don't dress like that, man. Like that's y'all thing. And Run said he told him like this.
That's how you really dress,
right?
That's how Run DMC dress, just like
right,
this,
just like
how
that.
you really dress.
And Run said
like
they got it. Run said they got into it one time, and he was like, "Look, that's your era. My era about to kick in and take over, and this how we getting down." And so he said for a while, they really didn't. They spoke, but they wasn't really that cool because Run said I was young, so I was real disrespectful. He was like, I ain't even give a damn. I just was like, whatever. Like, whatever. You know how Run said. I was like, whatever. And he said that's what he came up with that. This is my house and all that. Because he was saying, like, look, like this is my house. He said, I was like, this is my era. And I want y'all to know.
House?
Run's house. And so Run said, we wasn't doing, Run said he had to tell him, like, y'all doing stages. I'm packing stadiums. Like, I'm packing whole stadiums. And so Run said, I always felt like that. I always felt that's how I felt. But he said, years later, they pieced it up and they was good. But he was like, but when I was younger, Run said, he was like, look, this is my era. Like, I ain't trying to hear all that.
Yeah, because Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, they were like down from the Bambaataa. Because you remember, even
Melly Mel and them,
Earth, Wind and Fire, these artists back then, they dressed like that. And it was
Curtis Blow
era too. They were the disco era.
And rock and roll.
Well, y'all know why they dressed that way, right?
Yeah,
stage shows, stage performers, rock and roll, MTV, all that shit.
Yeah, so they can open up for those big acts like Earth, Wind and Fire and all of them.
Yeah. You got to be a performer. You got to be wearing your stage costume and performing. If you just come up here in your fucking sweatsuit, you're slacking. You're not really putting your all into this. You know what I'm saying? You're not performing. You're not giving a show. What are you doing up here in your jean jacket and your Adidas? How dare you?
Yeah. And Run said that. Run said that's how they felt. But Run said they did their own thing. But had they not did it, it ushered in a whole new era of hip hop, man. Like it kicked Run DMC kicked open a lot of doors with a lot of things that we really didn't know about. And he said that was one of them. He said, man, we dress the way we want to dress. But according to everybody that know Run DMC, they say that Jam Master Jay brought that to the group.
Yeah,
the way their look. They said Jay was with that street look. Yeah, they said Jam Master Jay was hood. He was the one brought that hood look to them.
DMC wasn't even really into hip hop. He didn't rap or nothing. He was a comic nerd. Shout out to DMC. He was a comic nerd. He told this story on the Comic Book Men show. He was like, I was a comic nerd. He said I wasn't even really into. He said I didn't rap. He said I didn't know how to rap. They like gave me the songs and shit. And he's like, and I put on the the outfit and shit, and I became the rapper and shit. But he's like, before that, I was just a comic geek.
And Ron was a DJ. Ron was DJ. Ron wasn't really rapping either. He was just a DJ.
Yeah, his real name is not. They chopped it down to Run, but his real
DJ Run
was
DJ Run. It was DJ Run. Yeah, he said he was a DJ.
I knew him as DJ Run. I'm like, he said it in his raps, DJ Run. I'm like, I thought Jam Master Jay was the DJ.
Well, that's why MC Hammer, when he dissed Run DMC's, I'm better than LL and DJ Run. They say, Hammer, how you do it?
Shout out to MC Hammer, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Hammer.
Shout out to the legend MC Hammer.
Yeah, Hammer's that dude. Hammer's that dude.
It's kind of
humps in a bump. Humps in a bump.
Grow older.
Death Row days.
When we were younger, we would clown Hammer, but as you grow older,
you appreciate it.
When we was in fifth grade, Can't Touch This was that shit. Well, I was in fifth grade at that time. Can't Touch This was the shit for a minute.
It was. It really was. I can't lie.
I was 10 years old. I was doing the dance contest and shit, doing the Hammer shit.
It was fun music, man. Listen, you put that on at a party, everybody dancing. You put everybody get up.
Dead ass. I was up there.
I was into Hammer in a sense before that, when it was Let's Get It Started was his first jam. And then I was
didn't hear that one.
Yeah, let's get it started.
Let's get it. Yeah. My joint by him was my joint
I heard
by
that
Hammer
was Can't Touch This.
My joint by Hammer was and I still like the video too. They Hammer, what you gonna do? We gonna turn this mother out.
Yeah,
legit.
quit. Yeah, I like that joint too. Yeah.
Growing up.
Adam's
you ain't
family
hit New York. What?
Yeah.
So what you gonna say about that, Hammer?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Turn this mother out. Yo, Hammer was a dude.
As a grown adult, he was actually right. He was actually right the way he, in his interviews, he said, well, I ain't got, he knows about violence and all. He's not about that. He was about showing people another way, having fun, just like the tenets of the Zulu Nation. That's what Hammer was on. Literally. And he got crowned because he was actually not the only one, but he was one of the people that was in the forefront displaying what the Zulu Nation taught.
That's true. Yeah, shout out to the Fatback Band. Yeah, Fatback Band.
Shout out to the people in the chat and shout out to the whole chat.
Yeah.
Shout out to AJ Scratch. Hurry it up. Let's keep it buck.
Yeah. So it was like, yo, now that I look at it, I'm like, yo, man, Hammer didn't deserve the disrespect back then. I think a lot of people's egos was in play because they seen he was doing something that they thought they should have had. I should have been this big like Hammer because I got the illest lyrics and all that. But Hammer was an entertainer, and he was safe for everybody.
That's why he had a mega hit, global mega hit, quadruple thousand bro. He sold so
too.
Yeah, but that's why we ended up hating him because it was so popular. And anytime something gets too popular, the culture is always going to be like, fuck that.
I don't think it was because it was popular. I think it was because we had this attitude, renegade, hardcore, gangster. We was brainwashed in that manner.
Well, I don't know. I was 10 years old.
Now look at yourself, boy. You done flip flop.
You know what I'm saying?
But
I was 9.
KRS said it best. KRS once said it best in an interview. He was like, "Look, let's talk about hip hop." And he said, when Kanye came out with that flash lights, and he said, is that really hip hop or isn't it? It's a hot song and everybody playing it. It's playing everywhere. But he was like, well, let's break it down. Is that really hip? And that's the same thing you could say about Hammer back then. Was it really hip hop? Or wasn't it?
You can say that about Planet Rock, and you can say that about electronica. You can say that about all kind of shit that don't sound like the typical boom bap. Boom bap there's different genres of hip hop, man.
And you're right. And because of that, it pushed, like KRS said, because of that, it pushed the culture forward. It kept it in the mainstream. It kept it in the light. It kept it alive. So you gotta ask that question. But at the same time, if it's good for hip hop, we'll take it. I take Hammer all day long. I'll take Hammer all day long.
All the way. Hammer was hip hop all the way. His stage
crossed over though. Yeah, and he crossed over though.
His stage shows were hip hop because he had the call and response aspect. Also, he was rapping. Let's not, even though it was kind of basic, but it was catchy.
It was hip hop, but it's commercial hip hop. That's okay. There's, like I said, there's genres of hip hop. There's commercial hip hop. There's popular hip hop. There's underground hip hop.
What happened?
Huh?
Talking about if Hammer is hip hop.
Hammer is hip hop.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, Hammer hip hop. Yeah, he definitely hip hop. But his style of hip hop. Like, remember when we had the backpack era? You had all the backpack rappers. They was out there kicking it.
Yeah.
And me personally, I couldn't get with a lot of them. But when I go back now and really listen to their lyrics and listen, a lot of them jokers is kicking it. I'm like,
that terminology.
Why you talking about me, man?
Right?
Why you talking about me, man?
Listen, ain't nothing wrong.
Taking my backpack and I'm leaving.
Yo, but you do know,
y'all. Listen, ain't nothing wrong with it, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with the backpack rapper, but listen, some of them jokers can kick it, man. Like, and we even got backpack.
What up, son? What up, son?
You got the Rocky
shirt, man. He did that.
But that's just a different genre of rap, man. Like, that's a different genre of rap, man. Like, you got hardcore.
It was a miscommunication in my.
It was. I believe that. I believe that, Raw Talk.
Because the ones who brought the backpack out with the rap was Black Moon.
Yep. Yes, he would. Yes, he did.
ones
did.
that it off because
His whole movement.
Don't forget Rough House Survivors.
Yeah,
Don't forget the group Rough House Survivors.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I need a rhyme. Check in my backpack. I don't need a rhyme. Check in my backpack.
Yeah.
Up through Most Def and Kweli.
Most Def and Kweli and them.
Black Star.
Them jokers is hard. But I didn't. You know, you gotta.
Those backpacks was used.
I'm not saying you don't appreciate it right then, but you appreciate it now.
That backpack was used for various things.
One
was used for your spray cans and everything to get up with. Then also for boosters. Yo, straight on.
It was for that tool. It was for that tool and them bags.
That book bag is essential for everything.
MF Doom was considered a backpack rapper. I mean, let's keep it the roots.
Hip hop is not a genre, but a culture. Otherwise, the genre born in the early 70s and 50s celebration. Hip hop is not a genre, but there are different genres of hip hop music. There's different genres of hip hop music, or you could call it rap, but I don't even call it rap because I call it hip hop music because some of it don't even really qualify as rap to me. And I'm gonna do a video too because we're gonna talk about some of these newer guys that people aren't calling rap, saying they don't rap, but it's hip hop.
I got one that's gonna blow y'all minds if y'all really hip hop.
Not a lot of rapping going on in Planet Rock.
I got one that's gonna blow y'all minds if y'all really hip hoppers. Hieroglyphics.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, of course.
Hieroglyphics. But even though, see, that is hip hop, and people that ain't real hip hoppers don't understand that. Yeah, Souls of Mischief. Yep. You got Immortal Technique, J Live, Lupe Fiasco. Jokes love Lupe Fiasco, MF Doom.
Lupe.
Yeah, and the Far Side. Remember the Far Side? They was from the West Coast, and they was backpack rappers, Slum Village,
the Liquid Crew.
Liquid Crew, yeah.
That's Doom's first mask.
Rhyme Slayers Entertainment. What you know about that?
I remember that picture.
Yeah, I was doing.
What you know about that? But you got. Listen,
I remember this when I was a kid.
Yeah, I remember that too. That was hard. I liked that outfit.
Those classes, and I finally got them. Where did I got? I got them right here.
Yo, you remember those in 8? I remember they were like a headband.
Yeah, it was like it was like that thin. That was hard.
We had those. We had all the spike bracelets and shit, bro. Yeah, all that shit, bro. My older cousins was putting me on that. I was little, but they would dress me up and all that shit. Had me break
bro.
Nameplate belt.
If you ain't have a spike belt or a nameplate belt or none of that, man, you might as well hang. You wasn't hip hop back then. I gotta find me one of them name belts. I'm gonna get me one of them. I'm gonna get me one of them name belts, man. I ain't had one in a minute, man. I'm gonna get me one of those, man. But
my first name was Cool E Ski.
Cool E Ski. I remember you, Cool E Ski.
I used to roll up one sleeve of my jacket. My cousin used to get mad. He's like, roll the other sleeve. I'm like, nah, this hip hop. I'm being original. I'm making my own shit.
This how I get down, baby. Remember LL used to walk around with one pants leg up. When he was one pants leg up, one down.
Yeah, I definitely was down for that. There you go. That's similar. Yeah.
That's it.
The ones I'm talking about, they were like thin and it was just a band.
They're like a strip.
More like what's his name? Cyclops.
Yeah.
From the
but those is dope though, right there that you got. Those is dope. I wear those now.
Hard, bro.
I wear those now. I wouldn't give a damn. I'll be out in the streets with those. Let's keep it real. I'll be out in the streets with those. I ain't gonna even front.
Real low. Like
choice. My wife wasn't home.
Yeah, I ain't gonna even front. I be on them hard. But hip hop was all about sound, and I say that now. Like, even though Planet Rock, there wasn't a lot of rapping. I keep saying it to this day. If your beat ain't hot, you ain't got no hot record. And the beat for Planet Rock was hot, so it didn't. You ain't have to do a lot. That beat alone put everybody on the dance floor. It made everybody bump it in the streets, in the cars. And I remember when people bumped the music. The hottest music was always bumped in the cars while Joe was driving down the street. That shit is hard too.
Those remind me of
I wear them too. I wear them too. Hard. And that's we've gotten away from that. You don't really hear nobody bumping nothing in the cars no more. Like,
but you guys, he says, so what about the other components and elements? Aren't they considered hip hop, even though it's not a genre? So let me clarify what I mean by the genre, bro. Because I just let me break it down. So hip hop is a culture. There's a music of that culture, predominantly rap music, right? but there are different types of rap music. Like there's gangster rap, there's backpacker, there's, you know what I'm saying, there's clock flipping. There's so many different genres of rap. Usually they used to be designated by region, but then, you know what I'm saying, there's this different, and then different eras too. So there's different genres, different types. You have trap music, you got drill music, right? There's all these different shits, but you cannot call them conscious rap, but you cannot blanket all that under one blanket. They're different. They're very different in so many ways that it's a different genre. Like rock and roll, there's not just one rock. There's rock, there's soft rock, there's classic rock, southern rock, alternative rock, heavy metal, death metal, right? All these rock. To us, it's just guitar, rock and roll, but there's different genres, and so there's different genres of rap music, because a lot of people just like older generations or people who aren't into hip hop, they'll be like, "Oh, rap music is all about talking about bitches and hoes and slap my bitch and all this shit." Well, we know that there's many genres of hip hop that don't even touch on those subjects. So you can't blanket hip hop music or the music as just one kind of music for hip hop, because rap is not just one. There's different genres, just like there's different genres of rock and roll and different genres of whatever the fuck, R&B, whatever. So that's what I mean by the genres. I'm not talking about the elements or the culture or anything like that. I'm literally talking about the music itself.
I kind of think that's an industry move. They divided it. I always thought that.
I think it's the culture that did that. But drill music is different from conscious rap, or gangster rap from the West Coast is very different from Q-Tip and Tribe Called Quest. It's very different from Slim Thug in Texas. It's very different from Twista in the middle, Do or Die.
Well, that's why they used to call it reality rap, and then the industry started calling it gangster rap because it was marketable.
That one, yeah. I'm not talking about the names and the labels that the industry puts on it. I'm just talking about in our. We can call it what we want to call it.
I mean, people, whatever you're vibing to.
Yeah.
Well, you got to remember, hip hop is so creative, right? Yo, BDGB. Hip hop is so creative, right? That's where all that comes from. So, like, when you start talking about, because rap is something you do, hip hop something you live. So we talk about rap. Rap is so creative, and like Eazy-E and them said, we tried to rap like jokers from New York and tell them stories. It didn't come out right.
What up, BDGP?
It was like it wasn't what we wanted it to be. So they started they made up their own thing. They got creative. And when they got creative, that's when we got gangster rap. But it was something new. It was something different. It pushed the genre forward. It got people excited about it. And that's what it was. Rap is always looking for something new. You always need we're always looking for a new artist. We're always looking for a new style, and there's different styles of rap. That's just what it is. And
styles.
It's just different
styles. That's what I'm calling. That's what I mean by
whatever you want to call it. Yeah, styles.
Yeah, that's what I mean by genres. Just like there's different styles of rock and roll.
You're right. That's just it. But it's all like we said. It's all rap. It's just different styles. And so it's so creative. That's how it comes out. It comes out like that. And so
KRS-One, MC Hammer.
KRS-One.
You might call those different kinds of music, but someone else might just go, "Oh, that's rap." I call them different kinds of music. They're hip hop, but hip hop is a culture, right?
Hip hop is
kinds of music under hip hop, under the culture.
The culture, right? And so, like KRS-One, he'll tell you his biggest thing when he came out was he had many different styles. He did. He could rap. He could rap like a rapper from the 70s. He could rap like a rapper from the 80s. He can go 90s. He can go 2000. But it was all dope and it was all creative. And so with hip hop, it's just that's the creative. Even sounds like the one thing about trap music that hurt hip hop is that the industry was like, this is easy to sell because they all sound the same. And like when you got sampling, I don't care what you say. When you sample, you're going to get different sounds and different beats every single time, just about. And so you're not going to get the same thing. And if you do, you're going to recognize it right away. You're going to be like, wait, that sounds like beat they did. They just used the beat from such and such. But when you sample and you start listening to people's different ears and their different music and the stuff that these DJs are bringing up and these producers, when they sampling, you're like, damn, this joke is real. You got to be creative to do that, to get a piece of a song that's this long, but make a beat like this. And somebody rap over and throw some dope lyrics over.
Stu, I just want to add that trap didn't hurt hip hop because you can't hurt hip hop. because trap music is just rap music in a different form. It's
not the rappers. Wait, not the rappers. I'm talking about the beat. I'm talking about the beat.
No, I'm just saying what Karis once said, and I believe this to this day. Rap is what you do. Hip hop is what you live.
That's true. That's 100% true.
So you can't, what you do, what I'm saying, to certain aspects, yeah, it could hurt, but it doesn't hurt the culture because the elements will always stay the same.
Yeah, it don't hurt the culture.
It will never.
Listen.
It might hurt the industry in the music.
It does hurt the industry. It does hurt the industry because there's no creativity. There's no creativity right now. If you don't listen, let's keep it a buck. Right now, if you don't dress weird,
I don't want to take nothing from anybody's different kind of thing, though.
I'm not, and it's not that I'm taking away from people's things. I'm just saying, if you listen to what I'm saying, I'm just saying this. We lost the creativity side. When you listen to the beats, I don't care who you are, if you like trap or not.
I don't think we did because there's a lot of creative rappers still doing it. It didn't ruin or hurt anything, bro. You think that the only thing out there is trap now or something?
I'm not saying the only thing out there is trap. I know the only thing out there ain't trap because I listen to music all day.
There's a lot of young guys coming out with lyrical shit, coming out with all kinds of shit.
And you right, but when you listen, we're not even talking about the rappers. So let's take the rapper.
Trap ain't even really popular right now.
Let's take the rapper, pick him up, and let's put him over here. Now let's go back to the beat. When you go back to the beat and you go back to the sounds sound the same mostly. It's like 70-30. 70% everything sound the same. 30% you got the creative jokers out there that's putting out beats where you like, damn, that's kind of hard. Like where he come up with this at? That's if you ain't saying that and you listen and it all like if you listen to the baby got lyrics. I like the Baby, but when you listen to the beats, they all sound the same. Like you like, damn, like you're like,
the hell?
You like, damn, that this beat is the same. It's the same.
I mean, where are you going with this?
Where I'm going with it is because y'all like this. Where I'm going is I'm not trying to diss it. Like I guess that's where y'all think I'm going. But what I'm saying,
I don't know where you're going.
What I'm saying is that if you listen to Big Daddy Kane's album, his first album, go through every song, they all sound beat wise. They all sound different. Big Daddy Kane gonna sound the same. His voice is the same. His lyrics, his style is the same. But when you go through the beats, his beats are all different. Like you be like, yo, I like that beat. Like ain't no half stepping, and raw don't sound the same. Go to a newer, like I said, the Baby. He can have one song and the lyrics are different, but the beats sound and the pace is similar. Ain't no half stepping is a slower beat. It's dope as hell, but it's a slower beat. And so raw super fast.
There are new styles of music that are like the whole style, like all drill music kind of sounds the same. All trap music kind of sounds the same.
The music, not the rappers. The music,
the beats, even the cadence of some of the rappers too. So yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, that's kind of my point. Like, that's a style though. That's one style. That's just trap. That's not rap as a whole.
No, it's not. I'm not saying it is, but I'm just saying like the industry. And what I'm saying is the industry took advantage of that because they was like, look, we get
always going to run with one style.
Now listen, Grap said something that really got me thinking about it. When we was like, Grap was like, I listened to so much of Pete Rock's music. My brother, he was like, I listened to so much of his music. I didn't have an ear for anything else. Mm-hmm. All I had an ear for was the stuff that he made. And I think personally, and I could be wrong, but this is my hypothesis, that's where the industry got over on us. They gave us an ear for one thing. And that's all everybody listened to for a long time.
Hold on, BDBG. Hold on, bro. Hold on. All right, but no, okay, hold on. Go ahead, Rato. Go ahead.
I want to play devil's advocate. Well, not really devil's advocate. Look, even back then to now, the industry is going to do what it does, but the underground does what it wants to do.
Boom. That's
right. You don't need to say, "Oh, why are they feeding me this all the time?" F them. I don't search for what I want because I know where the real shit is, and I'm going to be tuned into that vibe. I'm not concerned about anything playing on the radio or whatever they trying to induce me with. Nah, that's not happening. I got where I'm going.
Thank you. That's where I'm about to go here with BDBGP too. Because You know, okay, so but I especially BDBGP, you especially, bro, because you have a show literally where you showcase new rappers. So you cannot say what you're saying right now. How can they be the last of the Mohicans when you're showcasing new rappers every day? Yeah, how can it be the last of the Mohicans? How could it be the only ones keeping alive when it's kids? Bro, there's a kid on Instagram. He's got to be like fucking 8 years old. He looks like Nas and shit, and he's fucking spinning bars, written shit, taking it back to the essence type shit. And he's a fucking Gen Alpha kid. I can show you so many, because I be looking for it, bro. There's so many like kids that are like in their 20s, Gen Z kids, all about lyrics. There's this one kid, dog, and I hit him up in his comments. I was like, bro, you would have been one of my favorite rappers in the 90s, dead up. And he's like fucking, 21. So you cannot say that, bro. You can say the industry, yes, has lost its creativity and originality 1,000%. Yes, it has. But the culture,
industry's done. I could
kind of go with that. I can kind of go with what he said. I can kind of go with what he said, because after a while, everybody, like Karen said, you got to have style, learn to be original. Everybody gonna want to dish you, and that's what happens when you come out like that. Everybody want to dish you when you got style and you original. Like everybody now dress the same, walk the same, talk the same. Listen. If you even Styles P said it. I was listening to him the other day. He said, "Look, if you don't dress weird, act gay, and have on tight clothes and all that, he said they don't play your records."
Okay, but dude, you just said dress weird. Now you can't complain how somebody dress if you talking about they all dressing the same. They're dressing original. They're dressing their own style. They're creating their own style. My son and his friends, bro, the shit they be wearing, it's funky as fuck. It's fly as hell, but it's their own shit.
Style. That's what I'm saying.
And they all look different.
Our parents, we're talking like parents right now, actually. Our parents would say the same thing about us. And
their parents would say
about them.
And BDBGP. That's right. The rappers I'm showcasing and the artists that came up listening to the same type of rap and hip hop that we absolutely love and enjoy. And that's my point. There's kids right now that came up listening to real hip hop. You know,
I'm not saying it ain't. I'm not saying it ain't, and I'm not saying it ain't gonna be nobody that's gonna come out and be different or creative and that. I'm not even saying that. Matter of fact, we could throw that all the way out the window. What I'm saying is that what I'm saying is that when it comes to the industry, you gotta remember the industry trying to make money.
Industry always been
like, like Master P said, ain't nobody really rapping no more because ain't no money in it.
In the 90s, were we down with the industry? Did we love all the industry cuts and the radio hits? No. We were about our underground shit, our real hip hop shit. Even then,
I'm always been about underground. I love that underground.
You say nobody's
ain't no different now
because there's no money in it. No, nobody's rapping anymore in that echelon, in that commercial space.
Yeah,
there's motherfuckers rapping all the time on the underground and on there's motherfuckers
on BDBGP's show. Check him out. We gonna
Now that when we was on his show last time, that last group rap was hot. That one dude, I forget his name. I bought some of his music.
Shit, what's that dude? Mujahideen? Nah, what's his name? Mujahideen, I think. Dude is
I saw that show. That was a good show.
Yeah, one of them dudes was super hot on that motherfucker. I was like, I went and looked his music up.
And I seen Mujahideen later on the fucking Killer Priest show.
He was.
Let's be real. Hip hop belongs in the underground. It don't belong in the industry. I'm kind of glad the industry is dying.
And that's why I'm happy that there was no
no difference between rap and hip hop in
the top 40. I was glad of that.
Yeah.
Because that shows that you're taking back your power now.
Taking back your power,
and they don't have no use for us. We don't have no use for them. Keep it where it needs to be. And then we can do and build from that.
I'm cool with hip hop being underground. I'm cool with that.
I'm definitely cool with that.
You know? But nah, to Grace, man, I keep rap and hip hop are not the genres I'm talking about, bro. Hip hop is the culture. Rap is the music of the culture, and there are different styles of rap. We'll call them styles. That's what I mean by genres. Different types of rap. That's all I'm saying. Rap isn't just one blanket type of music. There's a lot of different kind of rap. What happened to Stu? Stu had to bounce out.
You know.
Nah, he had to go. He had to go to work and fight crime. Peace, Stu, dog.
Oh, peace out, Stu.
Peace.
Rap is something you do.
Yeah.
Hip hop is something you live.
Hell yeah. That'll never. That as long as you live, it ain't dying. It ain't. And when people say,
Shout out
"Oh,"
to KRS-One.
shout out to Chris, definitely.
Mandela Esquia, yeah.
When I meet Chris, we're gonna have a long talk. We're gonna have a long talk, and hopefully this summer.
But
yeah, he took my beat, man. I'm still traumatized over that. Still traumatized. Yeah, man. Still traumatized.
You can holler at Kenny. He'll answer you. Shout out to Kenny Parker.
I'm gonna holler at Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny.
Kenny know my producer back in the day. He know him. But I was like, man. But I understood because that was Chris. And you know, come on.
Well, I should get Kenny to come on here and chop it up with us.
Yeah, that's Chris, man. But
yeah, man. The term like genre. Right. Well, listen, when you go in a music store, because the industry calls it genre. I'm a movie buff. I'm a movie guy. So the word genre is part of my vocabulary. I talk about genres of films, genres of music. There's genres of books. There's genres of comics. There's genres of everything. So I that's what I call it, a genre. You could look up the word genre for its definition. That's what I'm talking about. And it just means that there's different types. It's just different category. It's a category. Genre is like a category. So rock and roll. You go in a music store. Remember the music store they used to have? We used to go to music stores, fucking beautiful places where you could go inside and there was fucking records and fucking CDs and tapes and shit everywhere. It was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And you could go in there and you would see 15 different kinds. No, you would see 15 different kinds of rock and roll in one section called rap. And that shit used to burn me, dog, because how do they get all these different fucking sections and categories and shit when I know damn well Ice Cube does not belong with Q-Tip?
Let me tell you something, Reno. I remember when they used to put rap in the R&B section. They didn't even have a rap and hip hop section.
Thank you. Thank you. Even before that, yeah.
You had to look for your favorite rapper. Like, oh man, you had to go through all these R&B groups and all that.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. That's my point. It's just like that. Yeah, exactly. Fucking BDB said, what I don't like about today's music is how these new artists are copying and duplicating everything that's already out instead of creating their original lane. Well, I'll tell you what that's about. That's about the social media culture of following the coolest next trend, and their part. That's their culture. The social media kids. That's the SoundCloud rappers and the social media rappers. Everyone's always chasing the next trend. So you're cool. You're dope if you're like the last guy that was dope. Mm-hmm. Our era, you're dope if you're nothing like the last guy that was dope. Mm-hmm. Their era is you want to be cool, you better be like Playboy Cardi or whoever the fuck. Mm-hmm. So, and that's because they come from a social media culture where it's always about following and chasing a trend, chasing the hot thing and chasing the trend, trying to copy and get views because it's all about views, right? And then now it's all about streams, and they don't fucking compile albums anymore. You know what I'm saying? Albums used to be a story. Like a whole album was a whole fucking movie to me.
Bro, the song only lasts 2 minutes now. Like,
they're like a store in Midtown on
that's the industry, because I know a lot of rappers that do regular shit.
Bokeem Woodbine up there in the Virgin Mega Store, yeah.
Word, Circuit City, bro. Fucking Camelot, bro. Oh my god, like Tower Records, bro. Everything.
Yeah, Tower. Yeah, Tower.
Yeah.
Sam Goody,
Coconut Goody. Shout out to them. Shout out to them.
That's shout out to Skippy White, Boston legend, legendary record store and DJ.
Shout out to my boy Jam-A-Lot. Had the bro in the hood, right in the hood. He had his own little building. It was a little freestanding building. It said Jam-A-Lot on the top, and everyone used to call him Jam-A-Lot. And you could go in there, bro. That's where you went. If you wanted hip hop, you did not go to the mall. You did not go to Circuit City. If you wanted the new shit before they even got it, you got to go to Jam, bro. And he would get that shit before the stores get it. And you know what I'm saying? So, bro, the pulse has always been in the underground first. That's where the industry gets their fucking ideas from.
Gay Skull. He gay. I don't want to.
Gay Skull.
Yeah. Yeah, they were wrongful.
Yeah.
Just because they rapped in
New Jack Swing and shit. Yeah, because they rapped in their music.
Record stores, they didn't understand that, okay, just because somebody rapped within that album don't mean the totality of that album was rap.
Red Hot Chili Peppers raps. Red Hot Chili Peppers raps.
But I understand the BB.
But they're not hip hop.
Because Mike Biv was trying to push it as hip hop with his thing, because that's where Mike Biv, that's his heart is hip hop.
But wasn't it New Jack Swing or some shit he was doing?
No, New Edition. New Edition is definitely hip hop. They definitely.
Rouse
and TLC, they're definitely hip hop too.
Huh?
Oh, you're saying TLC is hip hop?
Yeah, TLC and New Edition definitely.
Yeah,
okay, see
those two.
It's just
he's saying he doesn't. He said they're wrong.
They're R&B. I'm talking about culture wise.
Culture wise, yeah, they're hip hop. They're hip hop.
Okay, now there's a great point.
Yeah, they're.
You've got some people, right? The TLC people, the Bell Biv DeVoe. They're people that are in hip hop culture, right? They're hip hop culture, culturites, but they might do R&B music.
Yeah.
You got hip hop culturites. Doesn't Ice-T have a fucking heavy metal album?
Yeah,
man.
He's still hip hop, bro.
Popular.
Yeah.
So the music is not as like KRS meant is that hip hop ain't the music. Hip hop's the culture. We do all kinds of music, and that's my point. There's not one kind of hip hop music. Hip hop has all kinds of music, lots of different kinds of music.
The way we ingest rap music, you know what I'm saying? We use from every aspect. Sampling is what we do to bring everything together in the gumbo pot, and then it comes out with some fly shit. That's the basis of the music. It's the hip hop culture, knowing that we could take and reform and regalvanize shit, and then bring something new to the ear and to the. You know, so it's all intertwined. It's a very thin line for a lot of stuff. Very thin.
He's saying the Backpackers now called. I remember when the Backpackers, like when the era of that was just hip hop. It wasn't nobody was like, oh, we're the Backpacker era. It was just hip hop. Well, later it was like, oh, they're the Backpackers. Or other people that weren't part of that was like, oh, that's the Backpackers. Backpackers were just like, we're hip hop. It's hip hop. As I remember that. I remember being in the thick of it, and this was just hip hop. There was other shit, and then this was hip hop. And we fucking had backpacks.
Because whenever you did a freestyle somewhere, and you had your backpack, because majority of everybody's coming out of school and ciphers.
Right.
And you going places, you got all your shit. Yeah.
We coming out of school. We out here throwing ciphers, and everybody, those are them backpack rappers, whatever. Then
or you hop on a train to go to the neighborhood where the shit is popping. You bring your bag and shit with your little shit.
Your rhyme book, your sneakers.
In New York, you have that.
Your fresh kicks.
Got backpacks. Everybody got backpacks in New York. Executives, everybody's walking around. When you get to work, you don't go to work with a backpack, man. You spend tons of money. Because you keep all your snacks, everything in it. You never know what might go down, man.
Well, keeping it, man. Let me, because here's a question for everyone on the panel online in chat. If Time Machine was built, which year of rapper hip hop would y'all go back to?
Oh no, he asked that question. Oh man,
easy answer for me.
I got an easy answer too.
Not for me.
Broken down.
I would have to make a few trips.
No, you can only make one trip. That's the question.
See, you put in rules and stuff, Reno, making it difficult.
That's the question. Which year? He didn't say years.
That's why I said I would have to make a few trips, so I have to figure out a way to cheat.
I'm going back to the year that 36 Chambers came out.
Okay.
93. That was my graduation year.
That's it.
High school.
One trip only. I'm going to the motherfucking era.
I'll say 94.
93 was
taking the war.
But
I'll say 94.
Before that, you had 92. Throw your guns in the air.
He going to 98. He going to the era of Nori and CNN and them.
He had Snoop Dogg in them. Oh man, 93 is because you had Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders. Come on.
But if for some reason 94 is all packed and they can't accept any more people, I'll go to 89.
89, yeah.
If you want to say a full era, I got to do
88. I'll say 88.
87 and 97 is Chef Kiss. 87 and 97 Chef Kiss all day.
Yeah.
That's where shit got really potent. After that, then it started, tapering off. But
there's really good shit though all the way. And you know what people neglect? And here's I'm gonna I said this before. Everyone talks about the 90s. The aughts were dope. The early 2000s were amazing. You have Supreme Clientele. You have all the Jay-Z classics, bro. So much shit, bro, happening fucking in the early 2000s, and people forget that shit. But the 2000s had an amazing roster. If you go back and look at it, yeah, bro, it was a great time. But the 90s was just my time. But like, it's a good question, because do I want to go back to the Wu-Tang era where I was at, or do I want to go to an era? Because if I go to 88, I was too little. Like, I wasn't in the street. You know what I'm saying? I could go with my cousins to the rec center, but I wasn't out there. So would I want to go back at like what age? How old am I when I go back to that time? Am I the age that I was at that time? Am I in my prime, in my 20s? How am I now? Like, you know what I'm saying? This is factors, man.
Hey,
no, I got you.
The illest thing would be if I could go back to that time with the knowledge I have now.
Right.
Oh,
right.
I'd be a dangerous individual. A real dangerous individual.
It did drop in 97. 97 was amazing. You had 400 degrees in 97. Like 97 was crazy.
400 degrees. Yo, BG and Lil B.
See the toe.
Juvie and his son dropped the ill joint, man. I'm like, yo.
What, recently?
Yeah.
Oh.
They got a joint, son. It's fire. Fire.
Well,
Juvie ain't never missed a step, man. That dude is ill phenomenal, man.
Yeah, Juvie's dope.
He's one of my favorites too, man. Like, yo.
Yeah, I really liked his first album. I
like a lot of Nolan's rappers, man, and MCs down there. They definitely got a culture unto itself too.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Texas is another one I really love to go to Texas. I love to go to Texas. Slim Thug,
Ghetto Boys.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ghetto Boys, bro. Devin the Dude. So many
Mount
fucking
Rushmore,
Zero, bro. Yeah, it's a lot of cats in Texas, bro. I love that music a lot.
You know what? BGP, man. I'm gonna make it so simple. I love all the years of hip hop, honestly, and rap, because you have to, when you live through it, you from the beginnings of it on up to now, you gotta have the joy of something lasting long and people still enjoy it, man, to this day. No matter how it manifests, the younger kids got their own thing. Let them have their own thing. You know what I'm saying? We may not agree with it, but that's not us to agree with it. Because
I like some of this new shit. Like because I've learned, it's grown on me. I will listen to Trippie Redd. I will listen to XXXTentacion. I will listen to Yeet.
I like Juice.
You probably never heard of some of these guys. Like the shit that my son,
Triple X.
Word, you know what I'm saying? Like the shit that my son listens to, I've had because Little Brother is one of my favorite groups of all time, bro.
Yeah.
They're up there in my top.
You know who else?
Easily in my top 10. Probably my top 5.
Natural Elements came with some new joint. They got a new album.
Natural Elements.
And then who else is dropping heat? Casual from the Hieroglyphics. He's dropping.
Yep, he has a podcast too. Shout out.
Dope. Who else is dropping? A lot of our guys we came up with is dropping. What's his name? Jay Sands from because there's J Rawls and Jay Sands from Lone Catalyst.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. This is.
I know Taz is dropping some stuff too.
A lot of people are resurgence coming back, knowing that hip hop is like technically free now from these, because everybody's aware of what they've been doing and they're taking their power back and they're doing their own things. Everybody think
AKA Gay Skull. Peace.
They think
all right, bro.
Fall off and fell off.
Hey. Peace, welcome to the show, bro. I haven't never seen you in the chat before. If you're new to the show, bro, hit that subscribe. We live every Wednesday and Saturday at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
A lot of guys.
One of my peoples from down here. Shout out.
Word.
Facts.
Sorry, I'll talk. Go ahead.
No, no. I'm just saying a lot of resurgence in the real hip hop, a lot of resurgence in all the culture and stuff like that. Because now the vultures no longer got meat to pick from because everything is titanium now. They can't put their beaks and shit anymore. It's over.
He's beyond.
So
yeah, bro, AZ is one of my top 5 MCs, and he's about to drop Simon Master Appeal with one of my other top 5 MCs, Nas. And I can't wait for that. And that's another underrated rap.
Me too. Wait for that too,
bro. But so real quick, BDBGP said his era is 96 to 99. So I have a question. How old were you from 96 to 99, BDBGP? What's you guys' favorite era, and how old were you during it? Because I have a theory.
Well, did you see his question?
I have a theory. What?
He asked the question. He asked, "What's the Mount Rushmore of years?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he asked everyone, "What's our Mount Rushmore?" He said his would be 96 to 99.
Okay.
And I want to know how old he was during that era, because I have a theory that everybody's favorite era is when they were a certain age. I think when you're in your early teens to late teens, like pretty much your fucking teens, that's your favorite era of hip hop. Check it out.
The times you were getting into trouble, yes.
The time you were really, it's when you discovered it. It's when you really were fucking out in it. It's when you were really, you know what I'm saying, made it your own. Because before you were in your teens, here's my theory. Before I was in my teens, rappers were so much older than me that it was like, this is this cool. Wow, look at these guys. But when I got in my teens, it was like, oh, these are my peers. This is my shit. And it resonated with me the most. Because they were my. How can it not resonate with you the most? It's your peers.
I'm the outlier in this because I was always in love with hip hop and rap, man. When my mother first bought my Fat Boys album,
in his 30s,
and Beat Street album, you know what I'm saying, and the LL Cool J, his second
Okay, album. Now you say that's your favorite era, but is that the music you bump currently? That's your favorite shit to listen to all the time?
I listen to all of my stuff, man. All of it.
Well, what's your favorite music to listen to the most? Is it the music that you were a teenager during? I think it probably was. But if not, cool. Maybe it's just my theory. It's my theory. It's the way it is for me, and I find that with a lot of people. Everyone's like, it's like even my parents or my grandparents or my kids or other people's. It's always like, this music, today, and they don't get it, and it's like, well, my day we had the best music. Well, did you really?
Besides Wu-Tang, I'm gonna say you want to know my favorite song to hear, and then I go off on every time I hear it. Is Lottie Dottie. Is Lottie Dottie.
Lottie Dottie. Yeah, that's your joint.
That's my joint.
The Snoop version?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. No. Okay. Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh in the show. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
When that comes on, that's what got me hooked into writing after. That right there was pivotal.
And how old were you when that came out?
I had to be like 7, 8. Around that time, 8, 9. Around that time, yeah.
You couldn't have been because I was 7 or 8, and you're older than me, right?
Oh.
Wait, when were you born? I was born in 79. Yes, I was born in 79. You're 4 years older than me.
So it had to be. Hold on.
You had to be like 12 or 13.
Nah, a lot of out before that for me. Hold on.
Let me see what year it dropped. I know it was late 80s, 88, I think.
Let's see, Lottie Dottie. Because they keep on putting up Snoop Dogg. F that.
Yeah, no, you gotta type Slick Rick.
Oh, okay. When that come out?
Let me see. 85. It says
1986.
Okay.
So in 86.
Why you say 86?
Because that's when it came out. They say released in 1986.
What date? Because I see that it was released August 13th, 1985.
I mean, it says 86, but I guess 85 was when they created it.
Well, it says it was actually created. It was recorded in 84, and it was released August 13th, 1985. But he was 85 or 86, whatever. So
yeah. So I was 10 years old.
Yeah, and I was 4.
That.
I was like 5.
That time.
I was like 5. I had to have been 5 in 85. Yeah, about there. No, I was 6.
I was born in 75. So yeah, I had to be 10 years old.
Okay.
But that right there, that song, Lottie Dottie.
Yeah.
Like the party. Yo, we don't.
I think when I was 10.
And the beatbox, because I was seriously into beatboxing, said the Fat Boys. And I do my beatbox, and I was doing that. And I was like, yo, this is crazy with it sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, but that was just like it for me. And then
Fat Boys.
Then and in New York, we had DJ Red Alert and Mr. Magic show, you know what I'm saying? Fridays, my ears were always glued to the speakers. My mother would look at me crazy. She's like, I would be up when they first start until they finish, listening to it, recording the tapes. You know what I'm saying? Fridays and Saturdays. Always. Cool DJ Red Alert and the Violators. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Mr. Magic on WBLS. This is what we had. You know what I'm saying? Going crazy. And I was a fiend. You talking about a fiend? A real fiend. My mother, that was my schedule. Yeah, I had G.I. Joe and all that stuff. But as a kid, musically, that's what it was for me, man. It was, you know, laying down in the living room with the speaker next to my ear, going in, listening, absorbing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I mean, it just depends. I mean, it's all about, it's all, go ahead, my bad.
No, you're good. It's your show, man.
But no, I want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah.
Well, that's why that question is tough for me, even because in my childhood, when hip hop was in its golden years, that nostalgia is crazy. I have the same nostalgia I have for Saturday morning cartoons and comic books, the same nostalgia I have for hip hop.
Yeah.
So it's a little difficult because I remember, although in Boston, you know, our stations weren't that popping, but one of my memories are the mixtapes that were coming from New York.
Right.
And the OGs will walk around with the boom boxes, you know, and the rings and the high tops, and they'll come and just post up, and we'll just start breakdancing to, like, you know, Sucker MCs or Planet Rock or Mantronics, and we would just be on there and we were little kids, and it was those days. That's why I'm like, man.
That's what I mean.
I
Like
go back there.
That was
your
my
point with the 90s.
But that was my but like I get your point too, because like that was the funnest time and the most nostalgic time during the 80s. But at the same time, while I loved and grew up hearing Fat Boys, Beastie Boys, Run DMC, Kool Moe Dee, all that shit when I was really little, and it's very nostalgic. My go-to shit when I hop in the whip is not that. It's the shit from the 90s. That's all.
Well, yeah, but it's like where I want to say, when it comes to 94 or the 90s in general, P-Rock and CL Smooth, My Squad, Gangstar. I remember it was a ritual whenever Gangstar came out. The ritual was, well, it wasn't just for Gangstar, it was with Tribe and a lot of other groups too. You would play their last album.
Shit, I remember Illinois Scratch.
You know, so they.
Hold on, you froze, EGC. Hold on.
I think you might be having a little connection.
We'll be rocking their last album on that weekend. So we had those rituals. Y'all there?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought my phone was messing up. So
for a second.
Yeah, the premieres, the Pete Rock, the beats, the going to parties, the ladies.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know,
not forget the ladies.
The fuckery.
Yeah.
See, with the music soundtrack with it of my teenage years, especially going into my, you know, my adult years, going into my 18, 19, 20 years, college years. It was kind of tough. I would like
soundtrack.
Yeah. I mean,
it's
hard. To my younger years, I'll say 88 and 94.
88, 94.
Yeah.
And to put something in the middle, 92 and 93.
See, that's the beauty of it. So if we're doing this,
Rushmore.
yeah, if we're doing the Mount Rushmore, it doesn't have to be in a row. So I can go like 88, 93, 96.
That's how I understood it.
2000. Yeah. So that might be it for me.
Yeah, mine would be 86, 93. I'll go 97 and 89. Because it's just different, man. Because like all of 97, I was battling people, jumping on stages, freestyling and shit, and getting into a lot of trouble.
But I gotta go up to the Reasonable Doubt. I gotta go to Reasonable Doubt.
Yo, as soon as I heard the Infamous, it was over, man. It was over.
I remember when that first came out.
Man, I was ready to, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Get these jukes on, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Running up on people. I was
we were riding around smoking Easy G. I'm not smoking, drinking Easy Jesus.
Yeah. Irk and Jerk.
But see,
Irk and Jerk, yep, that's the other name for it.
89, I was wild. I was in, because in 89, I was in Ohio. 89, 90, 91, I was in Ohio.
What up, Cass?
I was wilding in Ohio too.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? And I was wilding with NWA. You know what I'm saying? I had who else was up there? Ain't no
off that E&J now.
I was wilding. I was wilding up there. You know what I'm saying? I had my, you know.
Yeah, I know how New Jersey get down. I've hung out there.
No, I was in Ohio. This wasn't
Ohio.
This
is Ohio.
Yeah. I was up in Ohio too.
Oh no! I don't know about Dave Chappelle's block. I don't know. You gotta tell me more stories about that one.
Yeah, Rizzo tell you about Ohio.
It's in fun Ohio, but it was wild because we made it wild.
Country time.
We had Tech Nines and everything. Meanwhile, I'm in high school. I believe I was I had to be a sophomore. We were wilding, man.
Bro, shout out to Columbus, South Carolina.
Yo,
gangster shit. Fucking shout out to
different gangs, Executioner Posse, you know, insane gangsters out there, all that. You couldn't wear certain hats when you went to certain places.
Cause you talking about my people, bro. Insane Gangster Disciples.
Oh, Insane Gangster Crips. Insane Gangster Crips.
Oh, okay.
You know, man.
So many factions.
Oh, so many, man.
Well, speaking of factions and gangs, man, bringing it back to Bambaataa though, because
but remember, he came from a gang.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Bringing it back. Because they talk about his anti-gang advocacy in the obituaries and whatnot, and that's great. But like his story is super interesting because like he was an enforcer for the Black Spades in the Bronx. And you know, if you don't know about the Bronx in the 70s, it was like Mad Max shit. It was like most impoverished. You had landlords that, you know, were burning their own buildings rather for the insurance money rather than renovate. And you know, the Bronx was on fire, all that. It was on fire because it was just cheaper for them to do that than to have rent controlled apartments and shit, just collect the insurance. But you know, nobody had jobs, unemployment was crazy. All the conditions were perfect for a gang epidemic like you had in LA. But somehow the gangs themselves broke up because they recognized that the greater good was necessary. And in their place, something had to take the place of them gangs. And what was it? It was hip hop.
Yeah.
And that's part of what made hip hop so fascinating and so important, is because it filled that void in it. Because, you know, you're supposed to, you know, it's what you want to do when you have a lot of young men who are unemployed with nothing to do and a lot of time and energy. You're going to get into some trouble. And that's not a racial thing. That's a human thing. That's a universal thing. It doesn't matter where you're from on the planet Earth or what, you know what I'm saying? If there's a lot of young unemployed men, there's going to be trouble. The Irish, the Italians, it doesn't matter who, they all have that. So when that happens, so hip hop, you know, helped to come in, and like literally it was an art form that, you know, in a culture that appeared to be it appeared at a time and a place that it was needed. And you know, and so I don't think that anybody saw, you know, that was a clearly, or was with, you know, as much vision as Afrika Bambaataa at that time, because he founded a gang. He founded a hip hop gang. He founded the Zulu Nation. He took all that, you know, the need for belonging, the togetherness, the brotherhood, the sisterhood, instead of like making, you know, the violence and you know, money, he based it on hip hop culture. This is what Afrika Bambaataa did. And so it's not, people are dual, you know, duality, that no one, it's a human, nobody, it's not black or white, you know what I'm saying? There's always gray areas, and people are complex. And so, you know, and what was the slogan of the Zulu Nation was peace, love, you know what I'm saying, unity, and having fun. All the basis of early hip hop was based on that. And he was the guy who went from enforcer of a gang to the leader of the collective, you know, the Zulu Nation. A lot of early hip hop, you know, days was very, you know, collective in spirit, because it came up in such an American nightmare of the Bronx. Right. And so I don't think that he's getting enough credit for that in these obituaries and videos and whatnot. I think that, you know, it's just, oh, you know, he was once, you know, a gang member, you know, and now he's, you know, now he's not. But the Zulu Nation is really important, and it doesn't get as much attention, right, as it should. And it still exists now. Yeah, that, you know, Afrika Mamba is gone, Afrika Bambaataa is gone, so we can actually, you know, enjoy it again, because, you know, we're not supporting someone who we know hurt so many young men. And so, you know, all these obituaries that we talk about, you know, his eccentric samples, but they don't give him enough credit for it, like because he expanded what rap could be. I mean, everyone was digging in the crates at the time, everybody, but people were digging in the crates mostly for drum breaks. He was digging in the crates for any kind of entirely different kind of musical vocabulary. And so if you ever listen to, you know, a rap song and thought, oh, that's, you know, a cool electronic vibe to it, you can thank Lance Taylor. You can thank Afrika Bambaataa, aka Lance Taylor.
He would also play cartoon themes on his sets.
Yes.
I'm still trying to figure out how he played the Pink Panther on a jam, because all the pioneers talk about that. I don't see it, but they said it, so I believe it. I just don't see it.
You know,
right?
You know, because it's a jazz tune. Actually,
jazz.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just trying to see people.
But he did that. Yeah,
in the jam, but he used to play that. Can I also point something out real quick?
Please.
I'm not gonna hold you.
No, please.
Okay, there's just to be clear, there's two BAMs. There's Afrika Bambaataa,
right,
who got his name from going to South Africa on for a school trip or something like that.
Right.
And then there's the OG Bam Bam from the Black Spades.
Yeah.
Bam Bam.
Who was like the big time leader. And I think a lot of people get that mixed up, where they say Bam was the leader of the Spades. Bam
he was an
a
enforcer.
baby spade, I think.
Yeah, he was like an enforcer. He was muscle. He was
like he was way younger, and I think his name Bam came from Bam Bam. Bam Bam was the one
from the
that
Flintstones,
was associated with this gang called the Ghetto Brothers, who were the ones to bring all the gangs together. So those gang meetings you see in the documentaries, that's the Ghetto Brothers, who had chapters in Connecticut, New York, and New Jersey. They were mostly Puerto Rican gang.
And the Black Spades and the Puerto Rican gang.
And the Black Spades were African American mostly.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
And the reason why I'm pointing that out, because there's a lot of confusion with that, and I've talked to some people and did some research on it, just so it won't get misconstrued. It was that peace treaty in December 8th of 1971.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That inspired that Zulu Nation thing to happen in 73 to 74.
Yeah.
Okay, but a lot of people get those two BAMs mixed up.
Yeah.
So I don't want to spend too much time on it. You know, we'll talk about that another time. But you know.
Yeah. No, good point. And
you know, hip hop pioneers who are listening, please come on and break that down. I'm just a GXer from Boston who studies the culture.
Oh Lord, Dark Side of the Force said rest in peace, Ken Booty.
GX is always in the house. Generation
see.
Forever Generation X, man.
Gen X.
Yo, we're labeled, and I said this on many.
We're the apathy generation.
We are the ones that can go
We're the rage generation.
We're the
don't give a fuck generation.
Adapt to anything. We was here for the internet. We're here for everything. Technology advancement. We was here in the beginning.
Yeah.
So
that's really our shit. Kids act like it's their shit. We created it. We the ones that made it. We put it there. We envisioned it. We imagined it. We've made it, and here it is.
And accept everything from the future. So we're that X. We're that point. If you look at the X and you see in the middle, we're at that point. That's us. We're at the center of it all. We were the first ones being experimented on for all the consumerism, for everything. So that's why a lot of times we're attacked, and we know things because we are that. We're the ones who we grew up hard, most of us, because we had to. We had to adapt, or that was it.
We live raw.
You know what I mean? Not saying we're greater than any other generation, but we're the generation that's most aware. The most aware, and we're apathetic to other generations of why they're going through what they're doing. You know, and sympathetic as well. You know,
well, think about this. We went to school, walked home by ourselves with a key around our necks.
Latchkey kids.
Yeah, that's
open the door. Parents ain't home. Watch the news. Talking about all these kids like Adam getting snatched up and never coming back.
Cook some dinner.
Yeah.
And we in the house by ourselves, walking to school by ourselves.
Taking the buses,
Yeah.
I was cooking for my brother.
We were angry.
9 years old, bro. 9 years old. My mother had to work late. My pops, he was locked down. You know what I'm saying? And
okay, my phone's messing.
My brother helped raise my brother. You know what I'm saying? You know, I learned to chef up stuff at an early age, man. Do a lot.
We had to. The Dark Side of Force. He said, "I still listen to Planet Rock. I can't support POs." I met Bam and got his personal phone when he DJ at the club I worked at in DC. After that, years later, I found out about the stuff and deleted his junk.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. You know, you never know a person's dark side, you know what I'm saying, until it's brought to the light at the end of the day, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta, you know,
some people had to cut
people at a distance, but you gotta just you know, you just gotta focus. You know, you gotta focus on your
some people, right? Because some people can compartmentalize and deal their own shit and still be like, okay, and separate the person from the art and separate the person from the accomplishments. You know, the person from the cultural contributions and the significance and the legacy and all that. And you know, that's because you can't take away when it's like and I heard this point made earlier today on one of these. They were like, George Washington you know, owned slaves. You can't deny that. But you also can't take away that he rebelled against the fucking, you know, British and fought for the, you know, independence of the country, et cetera, or whatever the fuck, you know, whatever. So everyone has this duality. So I mean, like, there's no one's pure.
No one's perfect.
No one's perfect. No one's just 100% good. But people are inherently good. They might do some bad shit. If Bam did this thing, you know,
but
while it's reprehensible and unforgivable, there's still a reason why he was corrupted enough to do that. It wasn't, he didn't decide it. It was ingrained from something probably from his childhood.
True.
Not to make an excuse, but there's a reason. Difference between excuses and reasons. I always say that.
Yeah. But I would like to always reiterate. I mean, I can't understand doing that to a defenseless. The defenseless, you know.
No, there's no, it's unforgivable. There's no understanding whatsoever.
But as we always state, if they're not here to speak for themselves, we can't really. It's all speculation, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? The only ones who can speak is only one side. You need two sides of a story to be outright with it,
Yeah.
and that's the dilemma we have. You know what I'm saying? People can't speak from the grave unless they left recordings. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
that's why I said no justice for his victims, no honor for his legacy.
Yeah. So, also it's like, we know what R. Kelly did, and he's alive to stand for it. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, Bam made a statement. Bam did make a statement on this. He denied it categorically.
Well,
then more people came forward. Then he was kicked out, and the Zulu Nation apologized on his behalf, or because of him.
Yeah, but a
lot of people saw that as guilt. A lot of people saw that as
because the statement was made because by his attorney. He was instructed by his attorney or what have you. But if he would have came up front to the people, his people, and said, "Look, man, I have an issue. I have a problem. I need help. I'm sick. I'm going through this. I am totally apologetic for this," and all this stuff, there would be, I wouldn't say understanding, but you would try to get the man help. You would try to say, look, this shit is crazy, but we're going to try to help you out through this. But they never do that. And this is the problem. You know what I'm saying? So, it's what it is. They wouldn't admit it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's
the problem. Yeah.
Like Carmen said, one day it will all make sense.
Right? One day it all makes sense.
I think something's going to come out sooner or later that's going to address all of this, and we're going to know for sure what happened.
Yeah.
Something. I don't know. The energy wasn't right when it happened. When he passed away, there's something missing. This is why I was so upset that he never addressed. Like Brother Jay said, why didn't you speak to us? Yeah. I was told he did an interview with Ed Lover and Dr. Dre. I didn't hear it. I can't find it anywhere. But as you said, Raw, he should have said something to us, because that article you read, that was in 2016.
Yeah.
Or 2017, because I remember reading that.
Yeah.
He even did an interview, and when he said, "I don't know that brother," and I was like, "Wait, what? You don't know him?"
Wow.
I thought that was strange. Okay, but I wish he would have addressed the nation.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Yeah.
Well, Vlad just posted yesterday a interview with Afrika Bambaataa on the early foundation of hip hop culture. I guess he had it in the archives. Maybe he didn't release it because of the allegations, but now released it after his death. I don't know if this has been previous released. Maybe it was released back in the day. I don't know.
Did he? I think.
This came out in 2015, and then he re-released.
Yeah, I remember that interview. Yeah.
So look, he re-released it. Look, this is 1 day ago. But then down here it says, in this classic 2015 Vlad interview, Afrika Bambaataa, why they reckon. So they just re-released it for some views, motherfucker.
Yeah,
that's what the Vulture does.
Okay, no, but here's Millie Mel. He says, Millie Mel said everyone knew about Afrika Bambaataa's accusations, hip hop's best kept secret. So my question, and then it's like, and then like he said, it's cool that you want to separate yourself now, but if you knew then, how are you any better?
Well, not as far as not in. I don't think. See, you can stop so much. Dark side, you can stop a person with so much. The only thing, and I'm gonna say this with some type of. The only way you can stop a person is, one, they have to be put into a institution where it can help them, reform them. But if they can't stop after that, then there's only one way to stop them.
Right.
After that.
Right.
Okay, so I'll say it that way. But you cannot put it on people. People can be aware of it and try to help, but No one person can stop a man from doing what they're going to do unless it's what I said earlier.
Right.
So, you know, Zulu Nation is not enabling. I know that for a fact. They would not have that. That's why in the beginning when those allegations came out, they was like, oh, we have nothing to do with this. We do not condone this. And they made their statements and stuff. So, you know, that's all they can do as an organization. You can't, you know, you can't really put your hands on the man and violate him and beat him into recovery. You can't do that because one, that's illegal in a sense. And two, you know, beating him up ain't gonna solve nothing, but you know.
Here's where I have a problem with KRS.
Well, yeah, Chris, I remember this interview too.
Chris is crazy, man, in a sense.
Well, he's definitely tripping.
I can explain something. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Well, so what he said, I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but like what he says right here, he says
if you have a problem with Afrika Bambaataa, you're not hip hop, right?
He says so anyone who has a problem with Afrika Bambaataa should quit hip hop.
Should quit hip hop, right?
And I think that's based off of Chris, his own assumptions that Bam is innocent. And he didn't have all the facts that's laid before him. He just know. I think that
he's kind of saying he's kind of saying we're saying. He's like, well, we don't have the proof. There's no evidence, and he did all these great things for hip hop. So if you have a problem with him, you should quit hip hop.
Yeah,
because there's no evidence. But you know, it's like, and then what she points out is, well, then she named like a whole bunch of other situations where the accusers were there, and like we know it to be true, but like they weren't convicted. There was no evidence or whatever, but these people came forward, and like you don't have a man come forward. Yeah, we talk about Hassan Campbell, but there was numerous of men that came behind him and said this.
Well,
grown-ass men who were kids at the time.
Yeah,
who was first?
Beestinger was the first.
Beestinger, yeah.
And Beestinger ended up squashing it with him.
What's that about?
I don't know. They took a picture with him and everything. I don't know. Beestinger said that he didn't want to. Pretty much what he pretty much said he didn't want to make a career out of attacking Bam. Pretty much, and that's why him and Hassan had a falling out.
Yeah, but at the same time, that's kind of crazy because this man assaulted you.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. See, this is the reason why I'm being very careful how I speak on it. But I will say this about Chris, though. This started when Chris was on Drink Champs. And I don't know. I got my suspicions on what happened. I'll talk to y'all after the show, though.
Yeah.
But Chris was on there sipping. You know, Chris, from what I know, he's not really a sipper like that.
That we know of. See, again, we
know of.
That we know of.
And so, and then when they asked him about, suddenly they asking him about Bambaataa, and he goes, well, personally, I don't give a fuck.
Well, remember, he wrote the song. What is it called? 13 and Good?
Yeah, that was a
That was weird.
Yeah, that was a what if
fucking weird song there, bud.
Even Light's
weird shit, bro.
Had a couple of verses like that. MC Light, she had some like that. It was like kind of weird to me. Like, yo, why?
Same with NWA.
Yep. So it's like, I don't know. It's just
swallowed
weird, it. It's weird, man. And even within our culture and stuff like that, you know, in school, who was pulling up, getting the hottest girl in high school? Old motherfuckers, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, is that your older brother or is that your father? Nah, that's my boyfriend.
Yeah, you know what? I used to see that a lot.
College
dudes see that a lot. Above college, bro.
Yeah.
Now,
straight up dudes, dudes with jobs and shit.
I had a
crush. Chris made that
old dude's car. I'm like, yo, I feel like shooting up the car. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, we had old head. I mean, it's sugar daddy old heads and shit, you know.
Yeah, man.
After Chris made that point, though, not to cut y'all off. After Chris made that point, you know, I think people started dragging him, saying he was being insensitive. I think it was a poor choice of words, but I see what he was trying to say. It just didn't come out right. As for this interview, Yeah. I think at that time, you know, in this interview, he said, "Yo, this has nothing to do with hip hop. If that's Bam's thing, Bam has to deal with that. Yo, Bam, you gotta deal with that. That has nothing to do with me. Has nothing to do with hip hop."
Yeah, so then if you have a problem with him, you know, being a pedo, that doesn't mean you should quit hip hop. I don't know. That's wild to me. There's no way you can like reword that.
Well, because there were people, and I mean, come on, I know y'all see it too. There were people who already had a problem with Bam and a lot of other people in hip hop before any allegation came.
What was their problem with Bam before?
Who knows? They were just haters. Oh, Bam's this. He's fake. He's a sucker. He's a chump. I never see him with any girls. They're just haters. There's people that just don't like hip hop. They've been around. Some of them made careers out of this. And I think Chris is referring to them. And now that the allegations came out, this is a reason for them to put fuel to the hate they already had.
I'm gonna say some shit. All right. And here's the thing. I think that Bam was homosexual. Is homosexual.
That rumor was going around.
But I think that at that time, in that era and where he was from and what he was trying to accomplish, he certainly couldn't admit that. So what he was doing was always behind closed doors, and he certainly couldn't do it with like other grown men. So his choice was an ill one, was to do it with younger guys who couldn't really, you know, it wouldn't be outed in the community. He thought, you know, it wouldn't spread to his peers and shit. And I think that's the ill fucking shit that he was doing, was hiding his almost, you know, this is a fucked up saying. Like I said, not excuses, reasons.
Yeah, I mean, that rumor's been around for a very long time.
You never see him with girls? Well, you know, there's a very logical reason for that.
And I also heard people saying that he was pushing up on their girl, allegedly. There's all types of stuff.
You know, and listen, the problem would not be that if he was a homosexual. That's not what I'm saying. That would not be a problem. Problem is how he dealt with it.
I see your point.
Yeah.
I see your point. You know, but I just use that as a way to. They said, why would they hate Bam before the allegations? You know, there's a lot of goony goons out there that just don't like being positive. Or they may not like him because his name is Afrika Bambaataa.
They're all over.
They're all over, and
everywhere. It's a weird human fucking thing.
Well, it's
right.
sickening. It's kind of an underground promotion of this shit because they all know each other and they all know the shit that goes on. Even when you bring up Diddy and all that stuff, all of that is known and everybody knows. But like I said, they keep quiet because they all have something to lose and they don't want to mess up any relationships where they can get a bag here or a bag there, or keep their money flowing. Because if they out people, then a lot of other people stay away from them because those people want to keep their money. It becomes a domino effect where when you see one person speak out and then they're ostracized for speaking out, then you know there's a clear problem because everybody knows. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows and they just don't want to lose what they have. People fear being poor in that industry, in those industries. They fear being homeless. They fear being all that. They fear being talked about in different manners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like
dark always come to light.
Rest in peace to DMX. He would say what the fuck he felt needed to be said. Him and OD.
I was about to say ODB.
They were the realest out of the real. And they was
any MC worth his fucking game should be saying that.
And that's why a lot of times you didn't see them in those cushy areas and all that because they were too real for it. They shut it down. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people play nice with them because one, they fear their energy. They fear that, oh, whoa, this dude knows he, and they wasn't playing that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's crazy, man.
It's wild.
Yeah, that secret society thing, yeah. It's a whole, I think,
the diddler.
these things were done by cults way before the establishment of this country. There has been a cult like that. You go back into the olden days, people were marrying children. They still do over in the Middle East.
Oh, I mean, listen, if you go back in a certain time, like, yeah, that's as soon as like a female got her period, she was married off.
She was suggested to be able to be bred as a wife.
Yeah.
And
Work.
what these dudes are on. You know what I'm saying? They see
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
was and
But you ever seen Gone Baby Gone? That's
yeah,
some Boston. That's some Boston shit.
yeah, shit is
Gone
crazy.
Baby Gone.
Yeah, that's some Boston shit right there.
Yeah,
Fucking Casey Affleck and well, what's her name? I forgot her name. And it's about some
grandma got married at
Vito shit.
all this stuff.
I thought you would know that being from Boston. It's a real Boston.
I'm still thinking I might have.
Ben Affleck's younger brother, and I think Ben Affleck made the shit.
And same with my family, people they married young, because one they
got married at 14.
They had no choice to emancipate themselves because they were poor growing up. So
at least he was 19.
You know, a lot of times it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
Well,
but you know, it's and so, but you know, you have to, you know, balance it with his contributions and all that too. So it's crazy because, you know,
his place in hip hop, you can't remove him from his place in hip hop, but you can remove him as they did from his place in the Zulu Nation.
Yeah.
The Zulu Nation split. There's the Zulu Nation and the Zulu Union now. So shout out to both of them. Just keep doing the work, y'all.
Yeah.
Right.
And
you know,
story started off great, but then it dips and it's unfortunate, man. It's like,
well, because like you said earlier, like because it was at that time. So what does it mean that the guy that took and said that, you know, b-boying and graffiti and DJing and rapping was MCing and put that all together and said these are the elements of hip hop, like the shit that we fucking like live by, it's created by a guy who was diddling kids. Like, what does that mean about the culture and those things? And like, that's the shit that we gotta kind of struggle with now.
That's why I preface it by saying everybody have their own interpretation and meaning of what those outlines are, those elements are. You know what I'm saying? Because we're all individuals at the end of the day, so it's whatever it means to us. We can't go off another man's meaning, because he can mean what he wanted to mean, but to me, this is what it means, and I'm gonna live off of that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? All the while respecting to what it is. Respecting to what it is, but I'm a absorb it the way I want. Like, everybody have their order of how they do hip hop, how the elements are formed. I like my order in the way I like to celebrate it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own order.
Right. Well, now you have all these like this show is called Sixth Element of Hip Hop because I said that, you know, I in my research and in my thoughts that, you know, there were 5 elements, and comic books were this unspoken thing that were such an element of hip hop, that they deserve to be one. And that's what the 6th element of hip hop is. It's comics. And but you have but then you have your article, EGC. KRS-One has Temple of Hip Hop, where there's 19 elements and they all have whatever, and so then they got different meaning. So everyone has their own thing.
I have a 7th element, you know what I'm saying, and an 8th element. You know, there's so many elements to hip hop is ridiculous, because why is not fashion an element of hip hop?
It is. That's what I think. 5th element was fashion or knowledge, but I think it was fashion. But then later, see, knowledge was like part of some of hip hop, but I think fashion is such an element because it's the style, it's the look, it's that look of hip hop. Without that, you're just a guy who likes rap.
Well, knowledge is an element because it keeps everything together. That's why it's the 5th element.
Well, when you say knowledge, do you mean Nation of Gods and Earth? Are you talking about NGE? Or are you just talking about knowledge, period? Just the word.
Some say street knowledge. Zulu says knowledge and understanding. I say knowing the ledge. Yeah. Okay, it's not just Nation of Gods on Earth. I think Nation of Gods on Earth played a pioneering role in knowledge and language.
Yeah.
You know, but knowledge is just the very thing of how we moved in the streets.
I think knowledge is just inevitable. I don't even think it as an element. It's over encompassing because it takes knowledge to do everything that's in those elements. It takes knowledge to be a b-boy. It takes knowledge to be an MC, DJ.
It's like knowledge is it's such a vague general thing to make it.
Yeah, knowledge is the umbrella that covers hip hop.
Right. Knowledge. That's what makes hip hop the culture. Knowledge.
Yeah.
Those elements mean nothing if there's no knowledge to put them together.
You don't know about it all. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Facts.
So
actual facts. But you know, another thing is that Bam is a whole culture in of himself in Europe, bro. He went to France at a time like back in the day and told the French, like the French were just enamored. And hip hop, I'll tell you, the two places in the world where hip hop is the biggest is France and the United States. They rival us. And they're more about real hardcore hip hop than it is in the culture right now today. You want real hip hop? Go to fucking Europe. That's where they're really doing hip hop, and it's because of Bambaataa. He went over there and told them, because they were just trying to rap in English with bad accents and shit and just fucking shit up. He said rap in French, and that's why you have dope French MCs right now. You know what I'm saying? And so
that's how you really feel, Reno. There was rapping in bad English and fucking shit up.
That's not what I'm saying. That's how Bam seen it. He was like, y'all are fucking shit up. Y'all got bad accents. You trying to use our words and shit. He's like, don't do that shit. He's like, hip hop is about being yourself, speaking in French, do your shit. And they start rapping about shit. Y'all don't rap about New York. Rap about fucking Paris.
Right.
You know,
that's the knowledge right there.
That's the knowledge.
Yeah. That's why
that's the knowledge.
Everybody's doing their own hip hop. They're in the culture of hip hop, but they're doing it from their perspective, from their language and their first culture, which is where they're from, and then the culture of hip hop, which they adopted. So, you know,
in '82, he did a tour. In 1982, he organized it and went to multiple locations in Europe. He went France, London, wherever it went, and created
Amsterdam,
exported the concept of hip hop, and not just any concept of hip hop, but Bambaataa's concept of hip hop. So like, that's what they know, and they fucking worship it. And like, you know,
let me speak to the hip hop world real quick.
And hip hop's so global now.
With giving Bam his props because of what happened. Replace him. Let's put Fab Five Freddy in that seat. If it wasn't for Fab Five Freddy putting together the movie Wild Style and doing that Wild Style tour in '81, going to Japan and throughout the world, those elements, the way we talking about them now,
graffiti and the greater elements,
probably would not have spread anywhere.
The whole culture, because I don't think Bam.
If we don't want to call Bam the father, the Godfather, let's give it the Fab Five Freddy.
I've literally never heard that, and that's crazy because that's fucking exactly right.
Come on, we all seen Wild Style.
Right, and that's the early.
He brought that graffiti, and he also brought the other elements with him.
Yeah.
And of course, I don't gotta talk about Yo MTV raps and all that, but you know,
that was way later.
But
that was he was like, oh yeah,
definitely a pioneer of the visual aspect and bringing forth hip hop. He started first bringing it downtown into the art scene, letting people know this is an art form that we use. You know, these elements are part of a bigger art form in the culture. So yeah, Fab Five Freddy is definitely that dude, man.
Yeah, he went with Blondie.
You know what I'm saying?
And Blondie was had one of the first rap songs on
And truth be told,
TV, and she's not considered hip hop, and that's like
she's punk.
what you
yeah,
she's punk.
yeah.
She's a punk rocker, but punk was so crazy. And somebody said something earlier about Bam being the only black guy allowed in the punk clubs. That's not true. The punks were not racist.
So not true.
Punks were not racist at all. They were very everyone was welcome. If you were an outcast, you were punk. Like they didn't give a fuck. And there was a lot of black people came into punk clubs.
But as far as Fab Five Freddy and Blondie and all that, if it wasn't for Fab Five Freddy going downtown and into the art scenes in Midtown and stuff like in Manhattan, totally, you wouldn't have the investments you would have in hip hop.
He's probably the one that brought that to the punk scene with Blondie and shit. Yeah,
opening it up to young investors that invested
most definitely
their money into hip hop. Because
like Red Hot Chili Peppers,
there were tons of record labels sprouting up after that. If you paid attention, after Fab Five really showed the scene of hip hop, there was tons of investment into it. You see all these labels and a lot of things went on with it. You know what I'm saying?
He said they wouldn't let hood cats into many of those clubs. I don't know. I mean, in New York,
they wouldn't
let CBGB and shit like that. Yeah, black people were definitely in there, dog. Yes.
Until Fab Five came down and they seen and they had performances. I mean, you know, you had there
were rap shows in those punk clubs. Yeah. Shit, Beastie Boys were punk fucking. The Beastie Boys were a punk band before they were.
Rick Rubin was a punk rocker.
Yeah, he was definitely a rocker.
Def Jam, it's all punk. See, punk and hip hop are very related, and people forget that they're not.
They're cousins.
Very much so, cousins.
Go to the wetlands back in the day. That's why I said in the 90s it was because the wetlands. I was there with the Roots and Common. Everybody was in there when that last day.
They came out at the same time. Punk was what the white kids were doing as a reaction to society.
And that was the greatest time. Big L was alive, then he came through. It was glorious.
They're also against industry.
Yes.
Yeah, they're anti-industry and all that. And that's what I'm saying. They were the white kid. That was what the white kids were doing to anti-industry and shit. And then that's what the black kids were doing was hip hop. The white kids were doing punk rock, but it was for the same basic reason. Yeah.
Now it's called Afro punk now.
Yeah,
Afro punk.
Oh yeah, they usually
that's a new thing out now. It's pretty much hip hop and punk put together.
Yeah, that's been for a while though. That's been for years. They used to have the in Brooklyn. They have the fest over there, the Afro Punk Fest and stuff like that. It's heavy, man. It's heavy, man.
I heard those kids be wilding though, but you know.
Nah, they don't be wild. I mean,
I just said I heard that. That's something.
See, like punk rockers are peaceful people. They just go crazy when they're in their music mode, but they're peaceful motherfuckers.
No, I'm talking about Afro. The new current Afro punk scene.
No.
Oh, you mean like black punk rockers and shit? Like that scene, like Bad Brains and Fishbone and shit like that.
I never even heard of them, but
oh wow, okay.
Honestly, not even going to hold you.
There's a black punk band called Fishbone. There's a black punk band called Bad Brains.
I haven't done the knowledge myself. I heard.
Yeah.
They be on some other stuff. That's just what I heard. I'm not saying it's true.
No.
Afro.
They're very good people, dog. Bad Brains,
of course,
very good. Yeah.
See,
Bad
Afro
Brains.
punk is like this. It's punk, but it's also funk. Funk, and a whole bunch of things galvanized, but it's its own expression. Like it goes crazy, man. It's definitely a whole vibe unto its own. But those people, they just there to jam. They even have reggae in it, mixed in it.
See, Bad Brains, they got a reggae style too. Yeah,
it's all jammed up. It's just they just there to jam and have fun and enjoy. You know what I'm saying?
And just chill and vibe out. I got you.
Just chilling. You know what I'm saying?
I don't judge these groups. They're just like hip hop. I don't judge these groups, man.
Yeah,
no.
there ain't no violence with Afro punk at all.
No.
I've never seen it, never
But
heard.
of course, you would hear that from people on the outside who don't understand it, just like with everything, bro.
You know, you think my afros big? There's people with afros, crazy. They got their whole get up, the whole thing, like how Afrika Bambaataa looked in that picture. In that picture you had, they have them like that too. On some wild, it's just their vibe. It's just being you and doing whatever you feel, as far as yourself and expression. You know what I'm saying? It's another arm of hip hop as well.
Right.
You know
punk rock, they also do graffiti as well.
Yeah.
That whole underground comic
look
book scene in New York
behind-
where Ralph Bashki came from was a punk crowd, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
One of my favorite cartoonists. Shout out to Ralph Bashki.
Oh, you talking about Ralph Bashki? I thought you were saying
yeah. Fritz the Cat and shit.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite cartoonists.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Ralph Bashki. What's the other one? Alex Crummell.
Oh, okay. Oh, we going there. All right.
Yeah, those. Yeah, I'm gonna do an article on them too. I'm trying to put it together, trying to make that connection between comic books and graffiti because there's a strong connection because of that scene. Okay, Fritz the Cat, The Wizard, my favorite Ralph Bashki movie.
Go back to Coonskin.
Man, Street, which is they changed it to Street. Wu-Tang was supposed to re-release that. They bought the rights to that.
Oh, what? Wu-Tang bought the rights to what?
Coonskin.
Oh yeah.
Which was renamed Street Fight. You know, that was a dope movie. If you understand the culture, it was a dope movie. I personally think Ralph Bashki should get an honorary hip hop pioneering membership. That's a hot take. A lot of people don't agree with me, but yeah.
No, it's
people who do
valid,
it
bro.
For the culture, as that phrase is, do it for the culture, and it's really doing it for hip hop. You know what I mean? Doing it the right way. You know what I'm saying? And I think because once we say if you're expressing yourself and just like Bruce would say, you in your honest self, expressing yourself. You know, and that's part of hip hop. You're expressing yourself. You know what I mean? Shoot, Bruce Lee is hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Before hip hop. Well, during
crazy.
He passed away in 1973.
The Temple of Hip Hop says that Bruce Lee's birthday should be a hip hop holiday.
Bruce Lee is hip hop, man. Come on.
I'm saying, like, that's what I'm saying, like kung fu shit, comic books.
Yeah.
That's involved, man.
You know, it's just what it is, man. The cool shit,
we made it cool.
Philip Michael Thomas voiceovers and Barry White.
Yeah, in Coonskin.
Yeah.
Philip Michael Thomas is one of my favorite actors, man.
Shout out to Tubbs.
Yeah, I'm watching Miami Vice currently again. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it not too long ago. I had to pull it back up.
That's my dude, man.
I was like, bro, Michael Mann is a genius.
Yeah.
Oh, can I show y'all something?
He was the first dude to, what's up?
Nothing big. Just want to show y'all my 18 van.
Hold on.
Nice.
Hold on.
Yeah, the Vandura. Yep.
Nice. Damn.
That's what's up.
That's when they got it.
I thought it was going to be bigger, but you know.
Oh, you have to the bigger one.
Why do I remember it being all black?
Because
I remember having gray on the top.
Really?
I kind of remember that anyway.
But the Hot Wheels one was all black, and then
I mean, on the show though, wasn't it all black on the show?
No, it was silver.
Really?
Yeah.
I got some Mandela shit going on because I remember the red stripe, but I remember it being black on both sides. But
we'll pull it up. You can pull it up.
No, I mean, there it is. There it is.
No, you can pull it up to confirm and make sure they didn't hustle me.
Nah, I mean, I believe you should.
The Remco one was all black too, and it had the name A-Team on the side of it. Yeah. Hold
on. I'm not crazy. Hold on, I'm not crazy.
From the show?
I'm not crazy, bro. Hold on. All black. They did have an all black one, bro. Look, hold on. But you know what it is? It probably just looked black on the, but it probably was silver.
Yeah, it's like a matte black.
Yeah, it probably just looked black.
Or something like that.
It probably was silver though. See, but look, the toys they had, because I definitely remember having toys and shit that were all black.
I had that one back in the day.
All black.
Ooh, I like that.
I had that one back in the day.
$60 for this little hot wheel.
Yeah, and it's not in top condition either. I
Nope.
see it's in better condition for last.
Bro, look at the sticker all scuffed, all peeling and shit.
Yeah. Melted off.
Yeah, gross. But yeah, that's dope. You see, that's the.
I have the one from the movie. I have the van from the movie, and it's the same.
Yeah. Yep. Here's a shot of the show. Look, there it is. See, it's gray, but it's like. It's hard to tell that it's gray. Like it almost looks like it's just shiny from the sun.
Whenever you seen it, it was in motion.
Right.
It's always doing something.
Yeah, it was going.
That's wild though. Maybe it was like you said. Maybe it was matte black and fucking.
Yeah.
Shiny black. I don't know. Nah, it's definitely silver. It's definitely silver.
Yeah, that's an icon.
Touch my van, sucker.
Yeah, when y'all see me as a wild millionaire, there will be signs, and that's one of them. I will have that vehicle.
Definitely.
For sure.
Oh, you trying to get the actual one?
I want to get whatever replica, whatever one that can get me into that. I'm getting that. I'm getting Kit, and I'm definitely getting this Batman 66 Batmobile and the General Lee. Those
Bruh, I seen all. I
General Lee.
Hell yeah!
I seen all of those cars on Comic Book Men.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I got you, Raw. Hold on.
It's cats that got all them cars, dog. They ride around in them and shit. The Knight Rider car. It's dude that built the Knight Rider car.
I got you,
replica.
Raw. I got you, Raw.
Here we go.
Okay, there it is. I got tons of them.
That's the 66.
Yeah,
that's the 66.
I'll take the figures out. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, they got little figures.
Yeah. I got a whole bunch
I thought that was the 6-inch scale.
Okay. I got at least
what
30 Batmobiles.
Is it die cat? That's like a metal one, right?
Yeah. Hold on.
That's dope.
Got the light. Hold on.
Oh no, he didn't.
Yeah, that's tough.
Let fire shoot out the back.
That'd be hard too if they did that.
Oh yeah. That's crazy, bro.
That's tough.
How you open this joint? Hold on, I forgot how to open that back. Come on. Here we go.
There it is. That's crazy, bro.
That's dope.
I've been wanting this since I was a kid. Like,
that is crazy.
Hell yeah.
I want one of those. I want one of those, but I want the Tim Burton 89 Batman one.
Oh, okay.
Then you got Batman right here.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's what I'm talking about. That's cool.
He's die cast though. Yeah.
Oh, you got Robin right here.
Yeah.
Got the Robin. What else? Did they got Joker? They don't have Joker, do they?
No, it only came with Batman and Robin to stand next to it. They can't get inside of it.
Oh, they stand by it. Are they really big enough?
But you know, I bought it for the car anyway. I didn't even care about the figures, honestly.
Yeah. Fuck that.
But I'm glad I got them. You know.
Hell yeah, bro. That is dope.
Hell yeah. I got them joints, man. I gotta have my Batmobiles, man. Always Batman. Something Batman around me. I gotta Yeah. Always. I gotta
have something Batman around me.
Yeah. See, look. I'll show you right here.
But I was showing y'all this earlier because this is a dope comic book. I got that comic book convention.
Always got something Batman. I can reach for something Batman around me, man. Always, never fails.
This is a dope history of hip hop. It's History Comics, Hip Hop, The Beat of America by Jarrett Williams.
Okay.
With an introduction by Paradise Gray. Shout out to the pioneer Paradise Gray.
Dope.
One of the dudes that gave our blessings to continue the work. So,
all right.
Shout out to Paradise.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed. Shout out.
Yeah, I was looking up Bambaataa and comic books and stuff, and Ed Piskor made wrote the history of hip hop comic books.
I got those.
And Bambaataa is real big on the cover and shit.
Yeah, that was the second one.
Yeah. Ironically, he's dead as well, Ed Piskor, and ironically, he had allegations as well.
Yeah, I'm a little pissed about that one.
It's mad.
It's always a big letdown, man. It's always a huge letdown.
And
well, no, I think I'm not. I got my doubts that it was truth, honestly. But
okay, right. Well, I mean,
you'll go.
It definitely shocked the fuck out of me. I was like, really, Ed? Because I don't know him, I'm not friends with him or anything, but I interviewed him and I watched a lot of his interviews. I watched his channel and shit. Like I knew of him, I knew him pretty well, like, as well as you can know someone, I guess. Not really, but still, something like that seemed very out of character. But it always kind of does, doesn't it? I don't know. Not always though. I mean, like Weinstein, I think we saw that coming. Diddy, I think we saw that coming. Like,
y'all people Diddy said the other day, right? I think it was like Friday. He said, the adult parties were adult parties and they were consensual. You know why he said it that way?
Oh, what? Yeah.
You know why he said it that way.
Yeah, he could say it that way, but Usher and Bieber got another story to tell.
Usher was like 14.
Usher and Bieber have different stories to tell.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. Bieber's fucked up from that shit, bro.
Still to this day.
That's why he's fucked up. But Bieber just released some new thing, apparently. He's like trying to make a comeback or some shit. He just did some shit, apparently. I don't know. I was like, really? It's crazy.
Yeah. And it's a crazy industry, man. I mean,
it is.
There's a lot of victims, and a lot of victims that are superstars.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, the reason it's like that in the music and in Hollywood is simply because people will do anything to be a star. There's no other profession in the world that you could be like, suck my dick and I'll give you this job, and you'd be like, really consider that shit. But like, if you could be a famous fucking celebrity mega superstar, well, there's a lot of people that would be like, oh, well, shit, drop trial. Like, and they know that. And that's why that shit is so rampant in that world, because most people, well, the people that are in that world anyway, those people would do anything to get there.
That's the mark of the beast.
And that's the market. That's why, Satanism and all these things that go on there, because they can hold that shit over your head, because all they have to do is threaten your career. And it's so easy to shut you out. Look how many actors just get shut out of Hollywood. You'd be like, oh, what happened to such and such? They weren't sucking dick. Period. Yep. They weren't eating babies. They weren't doing the wild blood rituals and shit. They weren't down with the cult. They weren't doing the fucking rituals. They weren't doing the Diddy parties. They weren't down with that shit. That's why they're not there anymore. That's what happened to them. Whatever story they told you is bullshit.
Yeah.
Kirk Cameron and shit. Oh, we're Christian now. Yeah. They tried to get Kirk Cameron to suck dick, and he was like, nah. You remember the kid from Growing Pains and shit?
Yeah, I know.
Disappeared out the limelight at the height of his career.
Yeah.
Look how many how many people just disappear at the height. Because when you get to a certain height, that's where they start. All right, now to get to this next level, got to suck all my boys off. But basically, that's what it is.
Yeah, pass around.
Yeah, basically that's what it is, and that's how they get you. But that's why
that ritual.
Yeah, that's why it's in those worlds though. It's because it's a simple fact that people will do anything to be in them worlds. That's why it's nothing inherently about music that makes that shit happen. There's nothing inherently about filmmaking or movies or whatever or TV shows that makes that happen. what it is the desire to be in those industries.
Yeah.
Because not only are you famous, you're unbelievably wealthy, and you don't work for a living. You don't have to work ever again. You're filthy rich for the rest of your life. The rest of your family's taken care of, and people will give you anything because you're famous. What wouldn't you do for that life?
But you know what, though?
Most people and the people in that world.
Are they free? Are they truly free?
They're not free.
Hell no.
No.
Not at all. They're not even a little bit free.
I have a relative that knows Will Smith.
Oh,
and she was telling me, because I was trying to get an interview, I said, I want Fresh Prince. I don't want Will Smith. I want Fresh Prince. And she was like, yo, there's so many people around him that I can't even get to him like that.
Bro,
he can't do nothing without someone else making the decision for him.
Yeah. Fresh Prince does not exist anymore. The guy that is Will Smith now is a completely different person because of this
I'll
shit.
pull him out. I'll pull him out.
I think
you can pull out Will Smith acting like Fresh Prince, but that guy,
there's ways to do it, Reno. There's ways to do it. You got to pull the Philly out of him.
I mean,
you might have to question his gangster.
You can definitely pull the Philly out of him, but I'm saying like that guy who was like innocent and fucking, you know what I'm saying? That dude is long gone.
He was never innocent. Let's get that straight. He had a good.
That's what I'm saying.
he got some good persona, but Will was never
his
like
persona was innocent. Yeah,
his persona was innocent.
Yeah,
that we seen. But he's a Philly kid, a Philly cat,
right?
You know, he knows.
Jazzy Jeff said that
on the playground is where
people were acting like he was crying and was hungry.
Yeah, one day he was chilling out maxing, trying to be cool, shooting b-ball at his school.
Yeah,
and he got in a fight with this kid, bro.
Oh, you heard about that?
Yeah. His mom was like, "You're moving,
moving to Bel Air." Yeah.
That rhyme. There was a shootout. It wasn't no fight.
His mom got scared.
Here's how I bring Fresh Prince back. I would be like, "How about yo? Check it out. I know your name's Will and all that, but yo, I think Steady B killed you in that battle. I guarantee you, Fresh Prince will come back."
Oh, he still can. He'll still be his rap persona. Yeah, he still battles and shit. He still can rap. If that's what you mean, yeah.
Steady B. I said Steady B killed you on that battle. You lying? Well, what?
Yeah.
I said Steady B ripped you. Heard me.
He'll say something.
Will think he's the dopest, bro. Will thinks he's the dopest.
Respectful like a motherfucker. Well, he's in jail now, so what are you talking about?
Yeah,
That silliness. He'll be like, he's in jail now. Well,
yeah.
Because he got famous for battling Steady B and winning.
Yeah.
On radio.
Wow. Yeah. Well, he can't. But then, where he kind of lost me was when he was like dissing rappers that cuss and all this shit.
Wait, I mean, he had to do that because
Reno, there was one point in time where rappers didn't cuss.
Yeah.
There were rappers that cussed.
But not all the time, like NWA status. When NWA,
yeah, there was a point in time where it wasn't.
I mean, they weren't going nuts with it, yeah, but they still cussing shit. He didn't cuss at all, and he's like, I made it here without cussing and doing all the like dissing motherfucker.
Young MC too. I mean, there's a lot of them. Rakim didn't curse. Listen to
Rakim don't curse.
He never cursed. He's a lyrical.
But I mean,
he never.
I mean. No, he did. He definitely. What I'm trying to think if he might have slipped a shit or a damn or a fuck or something somewhere in there.
I listen to his songs all the
time. Damn. I mean, damn is not really dangerous curse, man. That's damn.
No, but you wouldn't have heard. Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't heard Rakim curse ever.
Nah, yeah, I can't say that I have. No.
You know what I'm saying? Because
I'm trying to think of like every lyric. No.
Yeah, no. he never had to, and Fresh Prince never had to. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he did in his movie, but see,
what you would never hear Rakim do is criticize or act like he's dope because of that, or that makes him better than others or whatever. And the way that Will kind of presented it, I know a lot of rappers felt that he was dissing them.
Oh yeah. Eminem was one of them, but I think it was a flex. He's right. You are a dope MC.
Eminem, yeah, they were definitely They were definitely offended.
But I want to say with Will Smith's part, why he didn't curse, because he knew he was going into acting, into television. And who did you had to go through at the time? Who was one of the gatekeepers of
Well, he
that?
wanted to be in Hollywood. Yeah, he wanted to be a big
But
star,
he had
and
to start
a
off in
family
TV.
crossover guy.
Yeah, but he had to start off in TV first, and who he had to go through? Mr. Bill Cosby. And Mr. Bill Cosby wasn't going for that cursing mess.
Mm.
Mm.
You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
and TV period. Yeah, and just
his
and
show
TV,
was executive produced by Bill Cosby, and his Cosby was behind it. So you know what I'm saying? That's why he wasn't doing the cursing thing.
And you see why he got set up.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-oh.
Mr. Bill Cosby, yes. So it's a lot there, man. It's a lot there. You know.
Yeah,
heavy.
I'm rocking a Bill. Listen, he's guilty of. I don't even think it was adultery. They might have had an open relationship.
Who? Bill Cosby?
Mm-hmm.
You don't think he put anything in bitches' drinks and shit?
I definitely. I think he was using Quaaludes like everyone else in the 70s.
But you don't think he unknowingly put it in their drink?
No, I don't. Not at all.
Cosby. He was Bill Cosby. Like I said, that influence of this guy enamoring females or whatever, that gravitate.
It would be like, why would he do that?
Yeah, why? It's just like,
why would he have to do that, right?
Let's do the quick history.
But no, here's the
Nixon.
thing. Just because he doesn't have to do it doesn't mean he doesn't like to do it. Doesn't mean he doesn't like the girl knocked out when he's doing what he's doing.
That's nah.
To the girl regardless.
What do you mean, nah? What are you, bro? Are you that naive?
Who?
Are you that naive? Bro, do you understand what people get up to in sexual fucking shit, bro? Bro, some people like he might have a well, you don't think he did it, but it's how many women say he did it. Like,
but what I'm saying, the women
19 or 48 women or some shit from all the way from the time in his black and white days accusations up till now.
Check this out.
Have you done the knowledge on that whole situation, bro? I did a whole video on it.
I did do what the court hearing. They say he admitted it. He admitted to using Quaaludes. He didn't admit to raping anybody.
Not raping, but when you put something in someone's drink and they didn't know you put it there and they pass out and you have sex with them while they're unconscious, I consider that rape.
Okay,
he might not.
Again, that's what they're saying happened.
Exactly.
That's not what happened.
And why they
that's the thing. But why? But that's okay. So that's what I'm saying. But like this is a great interesting thing because like here's Bambaataa and it's like the same thing with Bambaataa. You don't know, just like you don't know what Cosby, but you choose to believe one way or the other. But that's your choice.
With the Bambaataa thing, I haven't really gave my perspective on what happened because.
But you believe what you believe, right? But you believe what you believe,
right? But when it comes to Cosby, put it this way, I got reason to believe that he was set up for a variety of things.
Sure. Yeah.
He was on the FBI hit list since Nixon put him on there because he did not want to help Nixon destroy any black leaders back in the 60s.
But that was back during that time when that would have made sense. During the time when they actually did that to Cosby, who did that hurt? Who did it hurt? Also, when they did that to Cosby. What did that hurt? I think
it was
you know how much
the gas company wanted to do a pipeline through his property. Him and Camille weren't having it.
Exactly.
There's that part.
Right.
Okay. And then jump into the last part. The very last thing he was doing prior to the allegations coming out was just talking trash about Donald Trump running for president. Next thing you know, all these Miss Beauty pageant women started coming out saying that Cosby did this, that, and the third to him.
Yeah.
And Donald Trump, last time I checked, ran that Miss America beauty pageant thing in the 80s.
Owned it, yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot I can say about the Bam thing too, but when it comes to this, it ain't adding up, man. It ain't adding up. I think he definitely slept with other women.
He partied. He definitely partied. But I don't think a lot of times you can have these women around you and they're on you so much, and you just say, "Hey, why don't you take this and take this? I'm taking one, you take one with me," and they'll do it. But later, when they don't get what they want out of you, whether the case may be, then boom, oh, he assaulted me, he did this, bitch, you took the same shit with me. What the fuck is this?
Be careful now, careful.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
It happens.
All right.
Well, it happens. But you're right. I wasn't there.
You want to turn around and say, "Oh, this happened to me." You was part of the happening because we did it together.
Well, and if you did,
who said he wasn't passed out and then he woke up and didn't know where he was at the time?
Well, he did.
You know what I'm saying? He passed out too. They both passed.
He didn't. He didn't. That's not. Nobody said that.
I'm just saying. You know, we're going off of one side of the story.
No, you're going by both sides because he told his side, and he didn't say that. He admitted it.
Yeah, he admitted he did something. You know, that's what they did in the 60s and the 70s. Quaaludes.
Yeah, that was a recreational drug, man.
But he didn't say, "Oh, we passed out together. We were both unconscious." He didn't say no shit like that, and because he couldn't, because it wasn't one instance. It's from it's his whole career. You realize that, bro? I'm trying to find it right now. There's a documentary. It's called "We Got to Talk About Bill" or "We Got to Talk About Cosby" or something like that. Throughout his whole career, there are people that have known him his whole career, and there's people from every era of his career. There are women from every era of his career, old ass ladies who have come forward, and all like it's just crazy that you know, like that they all would have that point of view, and he would be the only one out of all this group of people that would see it that way. And wasn't that, and that, you know, and that's, he may very well, from his point of view, have thought they were down with it. The fact remains, they didn't think they were down with it.
Then why was they?
It doesn't matter what he says or what he thinks.
Why?
Because they weren't with it.
Why was they even in the vicinity of him?
It's fucking Bill Cosby.
Exactly.
So exactly. Of course they're there. They didn't want to get fucking drugged and raped, though. That wasn't put. They didn't sign up for that part. But they definitely wanted to be around Bill, of course.
And then when you want to be around Bill, this is why I with rappers and basketball players, why do they want to be around them anyway?
Well, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
Why do stars have power? Why are people famous? Yeah, what you know.
Why are they there at just like the Weinstein scenario? Why are you going to someone's hotel room at 3 a.m. expecting?
Because it's a famous person that you want to be around
at 3 a.m.
I don't give a fuck what time it is. If a famous if one of my favorite celebrities is like, come kick it, I don't care if it's fucking, you know, whatever time. Well, let's go kick it. But I'm not signing up for you to drug and rape me.
Let me pull out one of my favorite MCs. She said it best. True honey buns want to have fun. Unlike the chick who said avoid the hit and run. To all my girls, do what you got to do, but it ain't what you do, is how you do it. I'll stay.
Damn.
I'll end it there when it comes to the bill. But with MJ, I didn't mention MJ because I was too busy thinking about what I was going to say about the Bam situation. I think MJ was definitely not the brightest in the bunch.
Who now? Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson.
He was over trusting.
Yeah, I think because, okay, if you have a bunch of children at your mansion, at your house, at your crib, at your spot, and it's a party, you know, I don't know, you got clowns and donkeys and, I don't know, a bunch of cartoon characters running around.
Yeah.
It's only going to take one accusation for me.
Yeah.
Never again. Oh, fuck it. Y'all ain't coming to my house anymore.
No.
Or even the first time, I wouldn't even been around them. I would have said, yo, you got to stay with your kid.
Yeah.
Oh no, but I want to drop them off. I got no. You can't stay. You don't drop your kid off.
Now let me ask you this: he has caretakers and butlers and maids and stuff. Why did any of them come forward to refuse?
I don't remember.
Jackson.
I think one of his maids brought their child, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while. I think one of the maids brought the child, and they saw how he was acting kind of weird. He was acting kind of kiddish, and and that's how Michael was. He was a kiddie dude. You know, he liked children, playing around, thought he was Peter Pan and all that shit.
He was a child. Yeah, he was.
He never.
He was very much in touch with his own inner child.
Right, as my father used to say, peace be upon my pops. He used to say that kid never had a childhood.
Right.
Okay. So he was trying to relive his childhood.
Well, it's like so many of us today with our toy collecting and all of this.
I was just about to say he should have I would have just collected some shit. But
Mike, say the same
Mike
thing
want to see. Here's what Mike wasn't thinking. You had these kids at your house. You get accused. Your ass want to do it again.
Yeah. Well, it's someone you got to understand too. Fame at that level, people at that level. Like I was watching someone talk about their experience, like they knew Prince and shit, and like how he was and shit. They live in a different like fucking reality. They don't understand like not getting what they want when they want it. They don't understand not just making decisions and just having that's the way it is, like, and getting their way all the time and like things just going how they want. Because you got to think about, he's been ever since the Jackson 5 since he was a little kid. Anything you want, Michael, and he fucking, you know what I mean? Like, no one said no to this kid ever. So as a grown man, no one says no to me. Nobody's gonna think this way of me. And then, of course, I'm Michael Jackson. I'm the king. Everyone reveres me. So he's not thinking probably that people are gonna think of this in some kind of way or do something to me about it or whatever. Probably, I don't know. And then maybe he's been getting away. You know, maybe it's just been part of his lifestyle for so long he didn't see it as nothing weird. And you know, if he's a kid at heart, truly, like he says, and really just was a kid, and then he definitely doesn't see it as anything weird.
I like how you play the opposing advocate.
Well, you got to. You have to. Because look,
I'm the same way. I do the same thing.
We all do. I know Raw Talk does it too. Because you gotta like. How can I know what I'm talking about if I don't know what you're talking about too? Like I feel that way. Like I gotta know my enemy. Know thy enemy type shit or you know. So I want to know I will watch Fox News as much as I'll watch whatever CNN or whatever, because I want to know what the fuck they're talking about. I want to know what they think, because if I'm ignorant to everything they're saying and talking about, all I have is this whatever liberal you know, everything, then I'm missing half of the fucking information. So if I can see it from the way you see it, I can better combat you or deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I do try to see things from every angle. And then also, you know, a lot of times I'll find myself, and this is just in my personal life, arguing with people vehemently a point that I don't even believe, just because I'm like, no, but people really see it this way, and I'll argue for them, like devil's advocate. So I don't know. It's a weird habit that I got, but yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, because the way I looked at with Michael, I didn't think he touched anyone, but I think I don't think he was. I think he was stupid for having another party.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was not well fucking thought out. Ill-advised there, Mike.
I'm just thinking, like, if I was in that situation,
yeah,
it only take one accusation. Even if they look at me wrong, no, we ain't doing this no more. They'll be calling me, yeah, you gonna have that party? No, it's canceled. What do you mean? No more kids parties. Well, that's messed up. My kid had fun. Well, not anymore. He ain't having fun over here.
Not no more.
I'm at your house.
Never again.
Nope, ain't happening over here. Ain't gonna have me. You ain't gonna have me. And hell no. Shit.
It's like it never happened, bro.
Yeah, so I mean,
see, look at this video. Happy Born Day, hip hop, and you see what's on the picture. 1520 Cedric Avenue. That has nothing to do with allegations. It's just what I.
What year was it?
No, I'm saying I made this video. I made this 2 years ago, but it had nothing to do with the allegations.
I remember that.
It had nothing to do with the allegations. It's just what I always knew. It's just how I always knew it to be.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying,
I definitely had a video in here called "We Got to Talk About Bill" or "We Got to Talk About Cosby" or something like that, and I cannot fucking find it.
You called him Cliff? You got to talk about Cliff?
Cliff Huxtable.
Maybe, maybe is that what it was? Damn, man.
Echo.
Well, anyway, yeah, Echo was dope. Yeah. Ghostface. Yeah, some of these thumbnails are really cool. The guy that made them is pretty creative.
I thought that was Darkwing Duck. Oh, it is Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, that's Darkwing Duck. Yeah, man, where is that shit? No, it's definitely not this new. It was older than this. I don't know. Man, maybe YouTube deleted it. Maybe on some wild conspiracy shit. Damn. That's wild. Maybe it wasn't my thumbnail. Maybe I just had it as like a secondary subject, and then I'll never.
Bill Cosby deleted it.
It's possible.
You can't be talking about me like that.
No, you definitely. Yeah.
Holy Batman Day. Big L wing. I remember that.
There it is. Camu Bell. He did it. It was Camu Bell did a documentary. Something about let's see. It's called "We Need to Talk About Cosby." Yeah. You know who Camu Bell is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did the documentary. There it is. We Need to Talk About Cosby on Showtime. And it's really like, informational. There's a lot of information that I didn't know from watching the news or social media or whatever during the whole, shit. So, I was like, wow. And the shit that was like, the way it was broke down, bro, it's kind of undeniable, man. And it's like kind of heartbreaking. And like, I had to come and I did a video, bro. I came and did a live show. We talked about it, man. I can't find that shit. Because I can't show this because it's not mine, but I can show my video, but I can't find it. It's like not on my channel now. But yeah, I recommend that if you haven't seen this, go watch this off Showtime. It's called "We Need to Talk About Cosby." It's it's just some more information.
I'll check it out.
Mm-hmm.
I'll check it out. But
all right,
got into very, very. Put it this way, I've gotten people very passionate about this subject.
Yeah. And I just.
Because I'm a hot take king.
Yeah, and I'm not super passionate about it because here's the thing with me. As much as I grew up with Bill Cosby and the Cosby Show, bro, was as much, a main core part of my household as anyone else in my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Any black household like that. It still was just as important to white households and Italian households and whatever. You know what I mean? Bill Cosby was America's dad. I don't care what color you were. But even that being and even our picture pages, bro. When I was a little kid, bro, the fucking little pen with
picture pages.
Bro, that was my shit, bro. Fucking
what you know about that, youngin?
Bro, that was my joint, bro. And fucking Fat Albert would come on and shit. But like even that being like, it still doesn't fucking surprise me if it is true. It doesn't blow me because like he's just a guy in Hollywood. I'm telling you, bro, that industry, they say absolute power corrupts absolutely. Not sometimes, not certain people. Absolutely. So when you become as powerful as someone like Bill Cosby is, absolutely. So it doesn't blow me up. It doesn't like I'm not. I can't imagine it. Like, yeah, he's not Cliff Huxtable.
Yeah,
he's Bill Cosby. He's a man in the world of Hollywood. How is he different from Tom Cruise or whoever the fuck? Why? Why is he different? Because he's Bill? Because it's Bill? No. It's a fucking guy in Hollywood. Doesn't blow me up. Doesn't kill me. But like, that's just not me saying, yeah, oh, he definitely did it, or and but and I'm not saying like, for all I'm saying is that it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't fuck me up if it was true. It wouldn't blow my mind in any way, shape, or form. I'd just be like, yep. Not because of any other reason than that he is a Hollywood icon. A Hollyweird icon. That's the only reason I say it. Not because of any other factor of who he is or anything else. It's because he's a Hollywood icon. And Hollywood icons tend to do that shit. And we just discussed why. Because that world is a world where people will do anything to be a part of it. And you don't think that corrupts a human being? Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely.
But it happens in both ways, though.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because the groupies, listen.
Yeah.
This is why I don't believe in groupies.
That's why it doesn't surprise me.
Because the groupies will come in, they'll throw a box. 10 years later, when they want something, they're going to say you took the box without them throwing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that happens too.
Both ways.
That happens too.
Didn't that happen to Tupac?
Definitely. Well, no. Actually, that was on some whole twisted shit with Haitian Jack and that.
Oh yeah, but see, it's still kind of the same thing. It was a
kind of, but Pac actually was like, and just kicked her to the curb, never fucked with her.
Right, but Pac was the one that got in trouble for it.
Yeah, because he was the famous guy in the room.
He was the celebrity.
Exactly. And then, but also because Haitian Jack was out to do that to him for reasons that was street reasons and shit.
Well, yeah. So those street reasons are no different than the industry reasons or political reasons.
Yeah, I gotta head out, fellas. Sorry.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up anyway, because it is that time we hitting that 3.5 hour mark. It's kind of the end of it, bro.
I gotta bow out. That guy's too heavy.
Yeah. But yeah, man, we'll be back here, man. We'll be back here on Wednesday, man. We here every Wednesday and Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll be back. We'll see you. Have a good rest of your weekend. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Thank you guys for coming on and chopping it up, of course, as always. And peace to the chat, all the new people that came and joined and chopped it up. We really appreciate you. Hope to see you next Wednesday. And don't forget what we always tell you.
Be water, my friend.